You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Yes, 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 yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. We already started off, ladies and gentlemen, with some technical difficulties tonight. You know, I mean, it is what it is. I may have to remove I may have to go kind of blank tonight, Diana Waveney Benskin, because something is going wrong here with...
I could tell you what's going wrong already.
What is that?
You see that song you play there?
Which one is that?
PNM. It coming through the airwaves, you know, to sabotage your signal. What's wrong with you? That is what's going wrong.
Oh, all right.
Hello,
all right,
my people. What's up? What's up?
All right. Hello, my
Hello,
people.
Phantom.
You already
Good evening. Good evening. And Sam is looking kind of fuzzy. Something is wrong with his camera.
Yeah. I gotta go.
The PNM hijack him.
I want to get this thing with this other tunnel, Diana.
Just hit your camera.
What do you mean just hit my camera?
I don't know how your thing set up. We just hit camera.
All right, here we go. I gotta go that way tonight because something going wrong with the I don't know, but like Diana and Gary sent somebody in the studio to check something and they check something and something don't check and they ain't check. Even my phone, we have all my phone, we have all my thing because I'm a thing with Vicky in the corner hiding.
Oh Lord,
hiding.
That's why.
Vicky in the corner hiding from the law. Oh God, we have to get into that tonight. Oh God, boy, you want to be an activist, but you're afraid, mass. Look.
Well, in defense of her, she said on her live that the people were shielding her.
Diana Benskin.
Telling you what she said.
Hello.
I had a video.
It's guerrilla warfare, eh? Hit and run.
Boy, you see.
I only telling you what she said. They should say the people were shielding her.
Yeah. You know what? And Gary Griffith was on the Underground Report, and he said,
When?
He was on the Underground Report yesterday.
I send you something. He coming and Philip tonight
with the Pompeka radio, and he said how he gave every group that wanted to have a march in Trinidad, he approved it. That man could lie, boy. He boy could lie. Listen, I saw you. What were we gonna play? I go play it for you.
How you can say the man lying? Maybe the police force didn't follow through with what his orders are, and they ambushed the people like usual.
Gary, you see,
Eric William police force. Let's do their own thing.
Gary Mahabir, the mother told me 33 years ago before I get married, a liar has no memory. You forget that. You forget that. You marry out of memory. You lying so much all about the place. God, you better go and talk to who is it, Lord Nelson? Let him bring Lord Nelson in and talk to him. Let me say something quick because we already have the deputy political leader of the People's Democratic Patriots inside, Mr. Farley Chavez Augustine, waiting patiently for us. He could only spend a few minutes with us tonight.
Let's roll with him. Don't hold him back.
Let me see if we can bring him in. Mr. Augustine, are you hearing us, sir?
Yes, I'm hearing you loud and clear.
But why you not on video, my Robin?
Well, I'm actually going and pull over to have the quick chat with you because I'm moving from doing canvassing to try to get to the place we're having our public meeting this evening on the other end of the island. So
but listen, yes. We appreciate you taking with us a little time here to come into the village. So we ain't gonna make it too difficult. And if that is the way it is, that is very fine. You know what I mean?
No problem, no problem. But I just wanted to ensure I could give you a few minutes of my time, you know,
Right.
so you could be updated in terms of where we are on the ground.
Right.
And you can get a pulse of what is happening in Tobago at the moment.
So go ahead.
Yes, you
Give
should be able
us
to.
the update.
Right. So good night to you and good night to the listeners and the viewers.
Good
Well,
night.
we are just a few days away from the election. In fact, the election will be on Monday the 6th. So we are just 6 days away from the election. 5 days of campaigning left. And what we are doing at the moment is that we are ensuring all of our candidates are back out on the ground and walking their ground again. We are also preparing the election day machinery so that the folks who will be taking people to the polls, who will be monitoring and observing the voting process and so on, that is done efficiently and that is done properly. We believe strongly that the election is in our favor. I have been privy to 2 polls. One, the NACTA poll, and the NACTA poll said that the race is tight and it could swing anyway. But I must remind you that the NACTA poll in the last election said that we will get defeated 11-1 or 12-0, and we end up drawing it. So I have had very little confidence in the NACTA poll. And additionally, when you look at the NACTA poll's report, you could see that they have several flaws in terms of how they apply the social science. There is also a second poll I saw a short while ago that was published by the Sunshine newspaper, which is the paper owned by Mr. Jack Warner. And in that poll, it showed PDP ahead. And it places us with 9 solid seats. 2 seats are still up for grabs to anyone. And 3 seats they put solidly with the PNM. I don't know what to make of that. But I can tell you what we make of what we're getting on the ground. What we're getting on the ground is an overwhelmingly positive response for change. And Tobago can finally, after 21 years, get some change. We're pretty confident that we are close to that place and we will get some much needed change in the polls on December the 6th. We just have to monitor the heck out of the election. You may be aware that the EBC wrote us a day ago, sent us an email on Sunday, to tell us that they want to consider using some electronic monitoring systems in 2 of the districts. And that's something we are contending we should leave out for now, because you can't really tell us couple days before an election they want to introduce some electronic monitoring system. And when it comes to data mining, we have challenges with security. And the EBC has not indicated to us how it will be able to secure those that data, should it be allowed to mine those data. But outside of that, we think we are on target and we are on point to winning the upcoming election.
So Mr. Farley, a quick question for you, all right? So I was listening to a live the other night, right? And I hear Tracy said that about $500 on weed. You want to address that? Or did you hear it?
Well, someone in the media reached out to me, and of course I rubbish the claim. We don't have money to spend $500 on weed. We are 6 days away from an election, and we are now putting up billboards because now we're finding money to print the billboards. What we getting $500 to get people to just buy weed? Now, you see, what I've learned about the PNM is that they like to accuse people of the very things they do. It's a good deflection tactic. We know they have been spending time by drug blocks. We know they have been spending money on drug blocks in efforts to get the vote out. We know they have been taking THA money and campaigning it as if it's Balizé money. We also are aware they have been taking elements of our social welfare program and have been using it to canvass as though it's Balizé that house that provided it. The food cards, the fridge and the stove and the bed and all the grants. And I'm saying quite unequivocally that we don't have money to spend on no weed and we ain't getting people money to buy no weed. Granted, weed is decriminalized in Trinidad and Tobago now. If people feel to smoke weed, they smoke weed, but we ain't no money to spend on nobody to buy any weed.
And next thing, Farley, I hear they was trying to make accusation with your middle name, and the fella over there, who was over there in Venezuela.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that, because I know you're glad for 6, you know. But talk about that, because in these
Yes.
times, this Boga season.
And it's funny now because it shows how much they are not about the issues in this election. To campaign on an individual's name, and in our culture, most individuals don't determine their names. A parent determines the name. That's the first thing. So I did not have a say in what I would be named. The second thing is I was born in 85. And to be born in 85, it means that I was born before Hugo Chavez ascended into power in Venezuela. Hugo Chavez burst on the political scene in a big way in about 98. I was already in secondary school when Hugo Chavez made it big in Venezuelan politics. So there's no way Hugo Chavez could have been my influence in the politics. No way. My mother actually selected a name based on a Mexican boxer that was not losing any fights in that time.
Yeah. I remember that.
And she was actually about 6 months pregnant at the time when he beat a fella from the US called Castillo. When he sung, he beat Castillo out there in California. So the point is, there's nothing really about the name and nothing for people to be afraid of. What Tracy is trying to do is to drum up fear and distance from people, and to make them not want to participate in the poll and be afraid. But Tobagonians are resolute, we're ready for change, and we're going to make that change.
Mr. Chavez, I like the name Chavez.
Yes, I like my name too.
That's right. They're running negative campaign in Trinidad and Tobago. And from what I read, and historically they say the negative campaign ads work. What say you?
In Tobago's political history, they tend not to work. Let me remind Tobagonians of what occurred in 2013 with the TOP. When TOP ran against the PNM in Tobago, TOP ran a big campaign, multi-million-dollar campaign. They were on every TV station, every radio, every newspaper. They took over every element of our space. You couldn't pick up your phone and Google something without a TOP ad showing up. You couldn't go on YouTube without TOP popping up in your face. You couldn't walk the street without endless buntings and billboards and all sorts of fancy things. And guess what? Tobago rejected the TOP on account that they felt that the TOP was going too big and that Tobago would lose itself to a larger Trinidad political institution in the UNC. Right now, Tobagonians are repulsed by the very obscene levels of slanderous ads that are making its way on the national news and in the national media. This is not a national campaign, it's a local campaign. It's a Tobago campaign. And what they have done was to buy out every single thing, spending millions upon millions of dollars, trying to canvass Tobago through the media, through the ads, through very slanderous ads, picking statements out of context, mismatching them, and trying to create a false narrative, and hoping that Tobagonians will be afraid and will somehow not vote for the PDP. But Tobagonians have made their minds up. We're not changing our minds. Our minds are made up. And what is clear is that we have a situation with Keith Rowley and PNM Trinidad trying to control and manage Tobago. And this election is a vote against Rowley and his Trinidad colleagues. This is Tobago business. Mind your damn business and stay out of we business. Let we decide for we self what we want and the kind of governance we want. Is we just feel the pain. We just feel the pain. When we have a THA with over $500 million based on Auditor General's report, unaccounted for, it's not Trinidadians feeling the pain, is we feeling it. When our people can't get grants and can't get the social support they need, I know it's not Trinidadians feeling it, it's we feeling it. And that's why we are saying, mind your business and let us take care of our own campaign ourselves.
So Farley, what is the status with what's the status with the case that was brought against you by Tracy? What's the status of that case?
Well, let me, and this is an interesting issue. And it's interesting because since January, Tracy says she's suing Farley. It's only about, so hold on a second for me. Those sizes kind of small. She had to open them out and see what got fit. Sorry, people are park up and people come for Jersey. Right. So this is live radio, people, live. You saw much Tobagonians into PDP, right? I park up to that interview and people find me vehicle to come for jerseys. But yes, she has been saying since January she wants to sue me. What Tracy did, Tracy waited until the election was called. And we went into the election to file a high court writ against me. All the bailiffs in Tobago refused to take up the case and to bring the writ to me. I had to send my lawyers to John Jeremy to collect the writ. That's how much I'm unafraid of Tracy and she case. And yeah, man. An interview. You're fixing it. Somebody coming to fix it. Somebody coming now. Yeah. Sorry about that.
No, go ahead, man. We like the live interaction, man. That's okay.
So she waited until the election started to carry to court. But you know why she did that? Because if the case is in court, I can't talk about it. And it doesn't feature as prominently in this election as it did in the last election. So there was a political tactic on her part. Not that she expects to win the case, not that she wants to win a case, but because she wants me to not talk about the issue. But I being unable to talk about it doesn't mean other people can't talk about it. And other people have been talking about it. And she can't stop people from talking about it. Because if you budget $4 million for a zipline project, and you spend over $3 million of that, and we don't see no zipline anywhere, you can't come and argue that you manage the people's monies well. And I'm contending that any secretary, any assemblyman in that position must take some responsibility for that kind of mismanagement.
Yeah, so we see on a nightly basis, right, how the thing is kind of it's escalating, and you hear people are because my father from Roxborough, Tobago, as I told you before, my father lives in Roxborough, Tobago. He's in what's the constituency, and and he used to be a PMM. Now he's a full-fledged PDP. He doesn't even wear black shirt to sleep.
Oh Lord.
So Farley, just before you go, man, what type, if you had to make a prediction, right? By the way, should you become THS secretary, what's some of those first 3 things you're going to do as THS secretary? Should you become THS secretary, the 3 top issues that you want to...
Well, let me tell you, when I become THS chief secretary, not if, but when. The first 3 things will be one, we have to do some forensic auditing, because that will determine what we actually have in terms of resources, especially with our contingency fund. Number 2, there are some simple matters that need to be addressed in terms of the areas of contracted employment on the island and how we treat contract employees and regularizing them so that they can have a better standard of living. And the 3rd thing I will look at immediately is how we could ramp up domestic and regional tourism, because Tobago economy has fallen so badly. We have to get some bodies into this place quickly to start patronizing our tourism product.
Well, look. Well, Farley, we want to say, Farley, we know you run away and you give us some time, right? We really appreciate that, and we don't want to take advantage of your time, because we appreciate. And Farley,
Yes.
I want to say something here. You see the young lady who talked to you about this, right?
Yeah.
I never call her name, right? But she has been working vicariously, right? In order to assist you guys with getting you guys here on WZYE 95.9 FM. I just wanted to tell you that, all right?
All right. Thanks very much, and I will thank her again when I see her.
Yeah. Thanks you again, man. Make sure, all right?
All right, no problem. All the best.
All right, take care, man. We appreciate it. Bye-bye.
All right, brother. Thanks a lot for joining us.
All right.
Good
Bye-bye.
night.
Yeah, good night.
All right, good night.
Good night, family.
All right. Yeah.
Good night, WZYE family.
Yeah. How you doing, man? Hey.
I'm doing good. Hey, let me tell you something. They put a spin on everything. As far as all the protests is concerned, there's only one thing everybody's protesting about according to the news, and that's anti-vax. So what? So naturally, once it becomes an anti-vax issue, the populace is not going to be in line with it and not support it. So that's what I want to tell the crew here tonight in the village, that the focus of the protest, as according to the news media, is an anti-vax protest. So do the math.
So let me do some superlatives here. I don't know. It seemed like I have Vonnie Roberts still here first at 5:40 p.m. today, right? So Vonnie, I don't know if Vonnie come in first. I feel some one of the females must he beat him up, and somehow he get to move up to the top. Or Diana must he went in before in the chat and move something up. I don't know. Diana or Tony, I really don't know. But I don't blame nobody. But
plead the fifth.
Yeah, but plead the fifth. But Vonnie Roberts, yeah. But he start early, you know. I'm waiting to hear Wall Street comment regarding the pushback. All right, you can hear my comments. Don't worry. Wait for them. Takesha, welcome. Wait for them. Yeah, they come in.
But
yeah,
hey, Takesha was there today in Port of Spain, eh? Let me tell you that.
Yeah, Takesha was surprised to see you today.
You better get her in here.
Yeah.
Takesha.
No, we want to hear Takesha will come and tell me about all kind of
Takesha, what?
Yeah.
My warrior champion.
We in the village understand. What was today's protest about?
Warrior Takesha.
I'm asking a question. What was Diana, in your opinion? What was today's protest about?
Hold up. 1 minute. Hello. Let's say welcome to Haley. Fish Sticks, welcome as well. Let me see. Hold on. Takesha said my party taking away people rights. I don't know my party taking away people rights. Hey, Curtis Monteshad boy, Chumaka in the house boy. Curtis Monteshad boy, what taxi in the house?
Let Takesha come in and tell us what the protest was about. Let's hear from her. She was on the ground.
What? Yeah, hold up. And I see the prison deputy come out today and say they lost confidence in national security. I want him out. Yeah. What kind of breadstick country we have, boy? Breadstick. I will come back to that. Yeah.
So the Prime Minister lost confidence in the police commissioner, the prison officers lost confidence in the National Security Minister. Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Bacchanal and confusion and commerce.
Fistrick said this guy Griffith talk me to stop. DCP Jacob is a big failure. Criminal who was fear of GG coming out now. Murder is very bad. Now you see? Now think about this, right? If Gary Griffith would stop running his mouth and going on all the media. When he was commissioner of police, you had to get him on any media. He picking and choosing, he picking sides, right? Now you want to come and put out this garbage out in the media. He all over the place. Any radio station could get him. Any one of them. Some of them in the sub-basement, they could get Gary Griffith. Anybody could get Gary Griffith now. You want to spew his garbage all over the place. Boy, Gary, go and rest in your corner, man. You're done. Your day's done. You're not COP no more. You're done. There's over Gary Griffith. Go on, rest. Rest, Gary. Choice
Slim.
welcome.
Slim.
Tony, go ahead. Yeah.
You before the night is over, you have to play Watchman's Post.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get that too. Natisha Boris, welcome. Natisha, let's say little Natisha. Natisha say PDP all the way, boy. Natisha to be from Tobago. Natisha is Natisha? Or let's say little Natisha. Anthony Victor Badu, welcome.
Well, right. Invite anybody from Tobago to call into the show tonight.
Albert Montano, welcome. Haile Selassie, you're inside. All right. Hey, all right, you enter the march today, right? You enter what is it called again, Diana? What is it called? Diana.
Push PNM out of office and send them in the seat. That's what it's called.
Push forward movement. Push forward movement. Oh no, the push bus movement. The push bus movement.
Forward. Push your party out and move TNT forward. And I hope Tobago push them back and start to move the economy forward for the people there. Tobago has to push Raleigh back to Trinidad and move Tobago forward.
Monks, welcome. Monks, welcome, partner. Where's
the party, you know?
Huh? All right. Yeah, Tommy. So they say, no teacher from Tobago. Natisha, what part of Tobago you're from? What part of Tobago you're from, Natisha?
Oh, yeah.
Natisha,
it's clear the PDP.
Natisha, we go put it up on the screen right now.
It's clear the PDP is on track to win this thing. The only thing is that they're trying a lot of distraction, a whole bunch of distraction and underhanded and divisive.
Well, we know that, Tommy. We know that.
What now?
Tommy, we know they're going to try to hijack this thing, so we got to watch them carefully.
What they going to try and hijack?
But Raleigh calling the shots in the EBC.
Natisha says she in Farley constituency. That is in Speyside. Natisha, let her pass. Natisha, we just send her the number there, 973-868-1444. Oh, but wait now. I got my phone from my wife. My phone. Yeah, I got my phone. Diana, only done for a minute. I got my phone.
Yeah, so Tom, you said what? You want to know what the protest was about today?
Well, in your opinion, what do you think the protest was about?
Disgruntled people not happy with the incumbent government.
Well, the media makes it seem as though the whole protest was an anti-vax protest.
Well, they had chants about my child is not a lab rat and da. But this is a culmination of a whole heap of things people are unhappy about, right? They're unhappy about
when you channel it to be an anti-vax protest, that means you don't get the majority of the population support.
The media is controlled by the Balizé people, so hey, what do you expect?
Yeah, we know the drunken Balizés you. Okay.
Let me say this, sir. Let me say this. You see that match? That match it could have been a fantabulous, splendiferous, marvelous thing, eh? And I said, if those guys was going to march in the 41 constituency across Trinidad and Tobago, okay? In all 41 constituency, we have a march at 10 a.m. All of us are going to march. We're going in tens. 10 here, 10 there, 10 there, 10 there. We follow the protocols that was put in place, right? But we have people like Vicky in the corner, hiding. These are activists. Vicky Anderson is an activist, and she hiding. She hiding to get locked up. Yes, she. Ragu going, but they take Ragu. What's his name? What's his fellow name?
Vicky said she had to live to tell the story. She said, who got report back if I get locked up too?
Gary, if you're an activist, you're supposed to be taking the bullet for them people and then You're supposed to be in front, Vicky in the corner, hiding. Vicky in the corner, hiding from the law. And he's an activist, but she's a fake activist, boy. When I see that, I say, no.
She's a guerrilla warfare soldier.
What guerrilla warfare? Was she not guerrilla warfare? She's a snail warfare. She go in the corner and hide. And what she want to say, she come and she lie and say, people was protecting she. No! Where's the one? If Mighty K got arrested, right? Ragu got arrested, right? David Wells got arrested, right? Who you supposed to go up in front of them and arrest you? Come on, Vicky.
Gary Aboud is still in jail. I just
Gary Aboud got arrested.
He's still
Vicky was in the corner hiding from the law. But and she started crying, oh God, look, let me pop the mask on my nose. But
they allow him to keep his phone?
Huh?
They don't allow them to keep their phone when they lock them up?
I don't know.
Well, he sent me a text. He's still detained. That's what I have here from him.
Okay. So where's the rest of the people in the country? Like, what's going on?
But what's going on? I saw Anselm Friend, who he calls the Pompek, said that there's some senior citizens being detained and they were looking for justice of peace. I don't know justice of peace for what.
I say, hold on, we have a call. Hello, caller, you're on WZYE 95.9 FM.
Good evening.
Good evening, caller. Where are you calling us from?
Natisha, Tobago.
Oh, Natisha, how are you going? Natisha, how are you going?
I'm okay.
So tell us what's going on the ground in Tobago.
Well, to be honest, in Tobago, a lot of people want change. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that everybody supposed to take a stand, just like Trinidad. Mm. We don't really have to come and protest like Trinidad and carry on, like wherever. But what we to do, push back with finger on them and vote out the PNM.
Mm. Yeah. And Natisha, you think this will happen in this election? What makes you think that it will happen?
To be honest, I think so.
Mm.
And what is your age without giving away your age?
Mm. Oh! Somebody wants to know how young are you?
Oh, I'm just 24.
24.
Yeah, to young people. That's the vote. That is the vote they want. That's the vote they want. See, because somebody said young people are afraid and not interested in voting. That's the vote they want.
So, Natisha, what attracted you to the PDP?
To be honest, I never voted PNM, nor my family never voted PNM before. And to be honest, things in PNM that the PNM doing for years that I know of, it just depressing. It's nothing to really uplift youth and stuff like that. The only thing they're rushing to do is to give you a little work on the side, like a URP work and things. If they realize like your family not supporting the party, you understand? They're firing you. All them kind of thing they used to take place now, These days, a lot of young people who you see us be on the block and stuff, a set of them get work right now. You understand me? And threatening people and telling them that the PDP go fire them if PDP win. So then, in other words, it's like the PNM afraid right now. They're afraid they lost. That's what's going on right now.
And in your constituency, you're in a constituency of Farley, right?
Yes.
Now, if I'm correct, Speyside is after Roxborough, right?
Well, yes.
Okay. And at 24 years of age, the first time you have decided that you are going to go and support, all your family also supporting the PDP?
No, actually, it's not the first time I voted for Farley and I voted for them. The first time I voted for them was in 2017, I guess.
Okay. All right. So from the other young people in your constituency, do they have the same? Are they feeling the same way that they're going to support the PDP as opposed to supporting the PNM?
Well, to be honest, Farley always wins in my area, my district. So what I will say is that they're not coming out, but on the day, some of the people like who supports PNM and stuff, they think by giving them a little job or a little end that they will support them. But when you look at the results, you know, when you look at the results, PDP just pass them by a lot. So, you know, they just be like, had to be what we did, what we give them, the little work, it didn't catch them. You understand? They still doesn't vote for them. So I don't know. I really don't know.
You know, it's interesting that you are there. Listen, what makes Farley the type of representative for your constituency? What makes him that people comes out and support him as a person from that constituency?
To be honest, what I will say, remember, I can only speak for myself. You understand?
Right.
Yes, I can speak for others, but then again, what I see doing, I am seeing he doing a very good job. PNM people will say they don't see him doing nothing. Why they will say that is because the money that they just used to spend. You understand? He don't have the money that they just used to spend. Spend it on a lot of foolishness, giving people money to buy some kind of useless thing. Sometimes when them come around, you understand? They're quick to form like a block for people to just give away people money, a helter skelter. So if Farley and them ain't doing that, they figure that nobody PDP don't like we and all them kind of thing. Just recently, PNM had young people walking around. Well, I don't know if they think that maybe I young, so sending young persons that maybe I know, it might catch me. But then they come in to ask me what he have done. I'm asking them, I say, what could he have done when he's not in power? What he does is he try his best to bring up different ideas, or he even try like pleading for people in the area, you understand me? It's up to them to do it. Remember, he's not in power. He's just trying to help us by pleading on our behalf. I'm just raising a point here. In my village, right? Years now, our jetty breakdown. Years. When I say years it break down. You know what I'm telling you? And Farley came when the fellas and them call him and whatever. He came and you know they was telling him what's going on, however. He also pleaded on our behalf about that said jetty. You understand? And because it's election, I am telling you right now, they just build a ramp from the beginning of the jetty to the bottom piece that leave there. If you see the condition of that jetty and you're telling me you'll just build a ramp just for people to just walk on from the beginning to the bottom piece. So what about the rest? You understand? If you see that jetty, like if and them using that as a campaign trail also. They
Wow.
do for we so the jetty by just building a ramp from the top piece to the bottom piece and just leaving the big piece.
You know what's interesting?
Breakdown still. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
You know, Tisha, what's interesting, boy, to be honest with you, Tisha, is that we are hearing it from a 24-year-old person who lives in Speyside, right? You know, Speyside is like...
living in Speyside, to be honest. I'm not living in Speyside. I'm living in Palatuvere.
Oh, Palatuvere. My bad. I'm sorry. In Palatuvere, right? And you are there on the ground, and you are telling us what you are seeing. And to me, I don't understand why the party in power to wait till 2 months before election to come and try to fool people, boy. I don't get that.
And instead of bringing a real fix, they want to put a band-aid on the bloody thing.
It's really ridiculous. It's really, really, really ridiculous. No joke about it. It's ridiculous.
So, Natisha.
I just seriously ask people, what have PNM done for you? You understand? Some of them, like the previous election, some of them wanted to support Farley, right? But they're saying they're afraid they lost the work. And if you only know the kind of work that they're doing, you and all will be ashamed for them. They work in European CPEP and afraid to leave European CPEP job.
But Natisha,
to come out of the comfort zone and believe in themselves that something better must come You understand? But they refuse to come out and vote. Is either they just don't vote or they have to vote for PNM. That is how it does seem to me, you know.
No,
That's how it does seem to me.
And Letitia, and you know, to be honest with you, that's not the way it should be, but that's the way it is, because
no, that is not the way it should be.
No, that's not the way it should be, because
Diana,
some of these people might have 4 and 5 kids.
Something is wrong
And
with me.
they are scared that if they lose the job, how they going to put food on the table for their kids? How they going to put clothes on the back?
I understand all of that, but to be honest with you, I think people of Tobago need to take a stand and say goodbye PNM, welcome PDP. Because I'm telling you, I am seriously telling you that Tobago need a serious change, and if we don't wake up now, I don't know what else will happen.
Wow. That's I mean, it's very interesting coming from Unity, and
yeah, a 24-year-old with that kind of vision. That's
I just be honest to say, I have never gotten anything from the PNM and stuff like that. Never. I fell sick in 2019. I have a heart condition, right? And I was in hospital. I had to raise funds for different stuff like that, medication and stuff. And I even was supposed to get like a CPAP machine, right? And
hello.
Yeah. She did. I think she just went out a little bit. I'm still.
Maybe she on mute.
No,
Gary was trying to get your attention. Diana, is Gary on point?
Well, Gary trying to get my attention.
Maybe she mute.
I heard him calling.
For what? I'm here.
Natisha, are you hearing us?
Unmute your phone.
I think she muted. No, I think her phone went the internet.
Yeah.
It's on WhatsApp. Yeah, it's still running, but I'm not hearing her.
They hear Diana tell it. They made sure they rigged her. Say, Diana, say what you usually say.
Yeah, they put the PNM fake wire on. Farley say the whole thing.
Let me see if I get. Let me get her back. Hold on. Let me call her back. Hold on. I'll call her back. I'll call her back on WhatsApp. She was very good. She's on the ground there. Hi, Natisha. Natisha?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. We just had a disconnection there. I mean, we were hearing from you, and you were just talking about, you being, 24 and you was in the hospital with your heart. Talk on the go ahead.
Yeah. And I never got any assistance from them and stuff like that. Although I even I even got sick recently again and stuff like that. But to be honest, I never went back for no assistance or whatever, because I just tell myself, it seems like I'm not getting through, so I ain't fighting up. I think God is will.
Well, and
I even know persons that went to apply for jobs along with other people. And when they went, when they went to get the job, same time with the other persons, but just that the other person was supporting PNM. When they went, by the time they reached back, the other person got through, and apparently they, in the PNM regime, called somebody to find out if that individual was a part of their regime. When they found out, no, she never got through with the job.
Wow.
So there's all this struggle that people have to think about. What I just say, people must not think about themselves. Think about what other people going through. Not because your bread done butter. You have to think about yourself. Think about everybody else too. That is why I was saying today when I was watching the protest in Trinidad, I was even saying, I said, look at that, these people fighting for us, even if we're not in Trinidad, they're fighting for us too, because it's Trinidad and Tobago, and then you would see some people would be like, who sent all you out there? All you know that would have happened. But then again, some person had to take a stand, anyhow you take it.
Well,
anyhow you to take a stand, and Trinidad people decide to take a stand for both Trinidad and Tobago. It just left up for we in Tobago to take this stand by going out and vote for PDP to make a change.
I don't know any teacher, but it seemed to me there will be a seismic shift in this election for Tobago, and a lot of people from the people that I'm talking to on the ground, a lot of people seem to be, kind of disgruntled with the PNM. Plain talk, real talk, plain talk, bad manners. People just seem, and it doesn't seem like if the PNM understands that the people are disgruntled. It seems like them just saying, "No, don't worry about them, man."
I was listening. I was even listening to when they were speaking with Farley there. I was saying some simple things that PNM will bring up as a campaign, like talk about somebody's name. That is so delusional that I don't even know what again to speak of. To bring up somebody's name, to campaign on somebody's name. I tell you, it's just strange. It is just strange.
Yeah, I find that to be interesting too, and I find the $500 on weed to be very interesting, to stand on a campaign, to stand there and tell people that there's a possibility of $500 on weed. I find that to be,
going low. They're going low.
Man, I find that going into sub-basement, man.
To be honest, desperation is kicking in that PNM regime right now, because to me it's like they're having the feeling that they were lost. It's like they're having a feeling that they wouldn't win. So they're just bringing out everything, whether it sound good or it sound bad.
Yeah, but Leticia, we like to talk with you as the week progresses, because we want to get the feel from the ground there in Tobago, and you giving us to see live and direct, and we appreciate you being honest with us.
Yes. Yeah.
So we want to thank you so much, Leticia. Take care. Tell a friend, all right?
No problem.
Okay, take care. All right, bye-bye.
Good night. Good night.
Yeah, good night. Yeah,
she did an excellent job, man, giving us
yeah, man.
So,
listen.
Any members that are in Tobago listening tonight, feel free to call us in and give us an update on what's taking place.
Yeah. All right. You're on WZYE 95.9 FM.
Hey, good night, Assertive. Hey, Assertive.
Yeah.
Yes, good night. Gary, good night, Miss Donna.
Diana.
Miss Donna, I like your red, like it's got PNM.
Good night, brother. Thank you for taking the time.
Hello. That is victory from. Tell him that is victory from the Queen in Barbados. Hello. We've broken the chain.
Yeah, Rick.
Yeah, you hear me good?
Yeah, loud and clear.
All right. I watching something going on in the country right now, boy. Trinidad making me feel so shame. You mean people who have an opinion can't stand up and let their voices be heard? They have to treat them like cattle and hold them in bus and lock them up and all of that. The opposition in the House, in Parliament, they're locking off mic on them, COVID thing going up. But we're going on in Trinidad, boy. And you see that scene will take place today, remind me of when I was fighting for vendors. You see how they bring bus and train people in bus and locking them up? I went through that in fighting for vendors. Apparently, like anytime something going wrong in Trinidad and you decide to take a stand, there was the kind of thing you just have to face. That is what things like that were brought about 1970 and also brought about 1990. And right now, the people so fed up in both Trinidad and Tobago, it's bordering on another situation to come in. I pray and I have all my fingers and my toes crossed that PNM get a song licking in Tobago. Let Tobago set the pace for Trinidad. Because right now, we are not can't wait for our next election. This is ridiculous. What's going on in this country, ridiculous. Like we come in a state police and even wearing police uniform again in army fatigue now. What really going on? I watching this thing like if in Afghanistan or something. What is this? I can't understand that. I say, I know you're a PNM, but you're a sensible PNM. You're not any go along, get along gang. And I know you're
only know why they stand, eh? Only know why they stand, you know what I mean? I listen, we just talked to that young lady from Tobago, the teacher, right? And she giving it us it straight from any grown in Tobago, you know, Palatuvia she's from. You understand? And she's telling, she's at 24 years of age, boy. 24 young ladies, you know, 24, boy. And it's like that young lady saying, boy, oh God, only we had enough. Only beating me over here too much, man. Only help me now.
I tell you, and same at that time, Australia, South Africa come to play a match in the Oval and Trinidadian protest. White man gave me monkey face and all kind of things. They beat people, black police beat people, lock up people and all kind of things for that, you know. Like these officers we have in Trinidad, like they have a sort of like they're still in the colonial mentality.
But Ulrich, all of that started when that fella, Gary Griffith, came commissioner of police.
Yes.
That started behavior with army fatigue, and you're going out there and you have a big gun, and all that thing started with him.
Yes. But you will be surprised that when I saw those people there today getting on in the manner they getting on, to me, like if I see Gary there, you know. To me, like if I was seeing him there.
Correct.
Because it's boy,
that is an offshoot of that fella. That behavior is just gorgeous, so right? But I glad Vicky Rampasai went in the corner and hide.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Because like there was going to looking for
Jason, they was looking for Jason too. But Jason.
But Ulrich, I never see activists run in a corner and hide so before. Vicky in the corner hiding.
Oh God, hiding. I think you had this doting.
Vicky in the corner hiding from the law.
Very necessary at the point in time where you feel it's the right thing to do, but I don't want to say they're really hiding. They probably was just trying to take this.
Ulrich, she was hiding. If you're an activist, you're supposed to be in the front and take the bullet.
Oh God!
You're not supposed to run and hide in the back. Vicky in the corner hiding.
She fighting to win. We talking about
fighting to win, my Gary.
You don't think it's to take a bullet? What kind of soldier is
when I see her there, started crying. Oh God! And she puts her face back over she knows. I say, all right, these are fake activists. You know, serious activists. These are activists and you afraid to go to jail. What kind of activist is?
There's an actor.
It's time we start looking at the bigger picture.
Ulrich, that's the bigger picture. You're supposed to go to jail for your cause.
Yeah.
That's the big picture there.
I get locked up for Bernard many times.
Correct.
You have a point there, and say,
Vicky went in the corner and hide. And then she coming out alive and say, well, me afraid jail. You're afraid jail? But you was in the corner hiding from the law. Look.
As if she might go take lock up tomorrow, she probably...
No! She afraid lock up. She's a fake activist. She no real activist. She in the back there commentating. Oh God, let me take David Welch. Oh God, let me take Ragu. Oh God, let me take Abdullah. That fella. Me take it. Oh God, let me take this one. All right, on you. See me. Let me go in the corner. Oh God, and then he started crying. Boy, miss me with that, eh?
Swing left. He's not a serious activist.
No!
She's activist, but in the front line.
She's a fake activist. On the tell I say so. Vicky Ramposan is a fake UNC activist. She no real activist, and she crying at a little baby. When the thunder hit she, oh look, they're coming. It look like they're coming for me. They're coming for
Lord.
me. Yeah, go in the corner and hide. Vicky in the corner hiding.
Slim, you and that song. I don't know.
Hiding. Vicky in the corner hiding. Hiding from the law.
Yeah, well, I want to know something. Did they arrest Philip
Yeah,
Alexander?
all right. You can talk. All right. Yeah, bless.
Good night.
Bless.
Answer.
Everybody have a blessed night.
All right, cool.
Yeah, pleasant night to you. But Anselm, did they arrest Philip Edwards? Alexander?
No, they didn't arrest him.
I saw him running him out on television. I was saying, wait.
All right, let's go for a quick station identification. Hold that thought on me. It's in the village to the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. We're going to go for a quick station identification. We'll be right back. Stick and stay. Don't go nowhere. It's in the village to the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Yeah.
What is that one there, boy? I know.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Connie.
Yeah, I'm saying that if they singling out all the leaders and arresting them, what happens to Philip Edward Alexander? He has immunity.
Well, maybe he wasn't one of the organizers.
Yeah, but his leaders they were singling
He
out.
was there though. He was there.
Well, I mean, he and Gary Griffith is boys, so he might be one of the untouchables.
But Tommy, you took a question straight out of my head. I have a problem. I could talk now. I listen to all night. I have a problem with what went down today. You go on and you arrest the leaders of these protests, but you ain't arrest the protesters. That I call profiling.
Of course, they know what they're doing. They know exactly
I call
what they're
that
doing.
profiling. Now, if everybody, they had corralled everyone, for lack of a better word, and and put everybody to sit down and tell everybody to lay down and put their hand above their head or whatever they did, right? Shows that they were level across the board. I call that profiling. You profile the leaders. You deliberately went seeking out the people, the leaders of these protests, and you ensnared them and you detained them. Another fair tactic by a dictator. All of them things dictators just do. Or they come out again now. Fair. That's fair you're trying to put in the people again. You see?
Right.
Fair again.
You see, the head, if you want to destroy anything, you go to the head.
And the people, they weren't on top of each other. Because I know Trinbago, you can whine on whenever we dance. They were distant. They were, together, but they had on their masks. They profiled those people and pulled them out of the crowd and detained them. Now, if I was their attorney, that is the stance I was taking. You profile my client and you took him. Why the rest of people not arrested? What's going on?
Right.
What's going on?
You didn't do a random, right?
Nope. And they had some, and Jason said it. Jason said had some person in the crowd going around like he's an undercover cop, pointing out people to the police officers.
So-called intel. Yeah, that's what they call us.
And I tell you, Anselm, you're only incensing the people more. You hear what who was just talking? You hear what Ulrich said? You keep on. You have a pressure cooker and you keep forcing it and it wants to, keep pushing on it now. They keep on. Let them continue with the nonsense. You know what I mean?
But that is what Kanla was trying to tell him. And she was accused of trying to incite things.
No. She used the word that means that would relate to toppling a government. I am talking about the people. There are more people gonna come out in the streets, and then
but that is the same context.
How you gonna contain all them people?
Gary, we gotta
What
keep
was going to happen? And remember,
Gary.
in the conversation we had, I wouldn't say it on air now. What I said, if one individual did that action, what going to happen? The whole domino going to fall apart.
Well, that is what she was trying to caution the prime minister. Is none of
It's
us
going to
wants
fall
to see that.
apart.
None
Yeah,
of us
but
wants to see that.
No. That the 1990 thing is different from people protesting about food and bad roads and stuff. It is a different element.
Regardless if it's 1990 or what it is, what she was cautioning him as a former prime minister is to avoid these things from happening and take some action to prevent it. None of us wants to see any riot in the country.
How
Gary,
come you don't see that? You ain't see it in Barbados. And what you see Jamaica, people standing up, the prison officers or the police. What one of them entities standing up because they're tired of the mess too. Right? They're tired in Jamaica.
It's about money.
Right?
In Jamaica it's about money. But I want
So what is it about in Trinidad? What is it about in Trinidad and Tobago? People working at 2013 salaries. People ain't getting no grant. People behind on their bills. People can't pay for the internet. The internet getting turned off. Why do you think some of our people are missing in the chat? I know why.
But it's a combination of things in Trinidad. However, I know Gary likes to interject Kamala's stance, but Kamala is a freaking straw tiger, paper tiger.
Well,
as far as I'm concerned.
I'm saying, regardless of that, Tommy, what I'm saying is she was saying to the prime minister that you want to avoid, take some action to avoid chaos in the country. The chaos is not. Let me tell you something. Innocent people that get hurt in chaos, you know.
Yeah.
Riot.
That.
Okay. Innocent people. So you push people
and watch
to limit.
People are hungry. Christmas coming, ham. They want TV. They want it.
You know,
and they going on and on and on with the same nonsense. And the same policemen. I'm sure they have family members that hurting. I'm sure that.
I want to say one more thing. I know Gary likes to interject Kamala again, but an opposition leader will, if she's standing, she'll stand. As far as I'm concerned, she's just hot air and nothing else.
Amen.
I
don't see.
She said the same thing in cautioning the prime minister to take action.
Gary,
and chaos.
watch me. Let me tell you. Wait, give me a chance. I'm begging hold you. Let me give you a chance. At this point in time in Trinidad and Tobago's history, right? Let me come on camera. At this point in time in Trinidad and Tobago history, we need a pit bull in the opposition. A pit bull. Wait, let me finish now. Your personality may be different and you're mellow, but you can't have that chihuahua, for lack of a better word, that chihuahua mentality. I'm not saying she's a chihuahua, respectful, the school I come from. You can't put a chihuahua up against a Doberman. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? You need a pit bull. You need somebody with a pit bull mentality to stand up to the incumbent. I don't see it in Kamala Persad-Visessa. I don't see it. I don't see it.
Need to move aside and stop blocking anybody.
Precisely. Even if they give it a younger person.
Anybody.
Thank you. Move aside. For the sake of the party, for the sake of the country, Ms. Bissessa, move aside and put somebody in there that will snarl at Dr. Rowley when he starts with his foolishness. Because you're not capable. I don't see that. Yeah, you were the first female prime minister. Yes, great, good. But right now, you need somebody to stand up and mash him on the corn when he starts with the foolishness.
We saw. When there was a Section 34 issue going on, we saw Dr. Keith Rowley, join the chorale in pushing back against it. And he wasn't afraid to stand up to it.
But so Tommy, again, Rowley supported the Section 34 in Parliament is when they catch on and then realize some things was happening and they backtrack. But they already voted. They all voted for Section 34. So then that was a hypocritical move.
Be that as it may, he did stand up with the citizenry when the citizenry decided that they're not taking it.
Well, I don't know. I think that was instigated. I don't think that the citizenry decided they were not going to take it. I think that was instigated, to tell you the truth. They were looking for anything, just like Emailgate and all the things that all the things that he accused the government of, up to this day, 6 years in government, he can't bring one charge. He big
Everybody
can't bring one charge against the government.
But
everybody
guess what?
wants to hold on to power. That's where they're not looking out for the country.
Each government protects the other because regardless of what happens, nobody gets charged, nobody goes to jail.
If the thief lock up somebody, but
listen, the same thing is said on either side, and nobody goes to jail. From one administration to another, is the same kakalak.
So here Vonnie Roberts now. Vonnie Roberts say they hide Butler from the police. You put in Vonnie Roberts. I don't understand you, right? You put in Vicky Rampazar in Butler category, boy. What wrong with you, boy? You playing with apples and mangoes. What wrong with you? Apples and mangoes, boy. Come on, Vonnie Roberts. He says, so I don't understand Wall Street. You don't understand me? It's simple. When go ahead, Tony.
Colonial days, colonial policing, colonial massa versus we, the newly freed slaves, is a different scenario, completely different scenario.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I want to go back to my partner, Vonnie Roberts. Talking about, you want to put Vicky in the corner hiding with Butler. Oh God, boy, Vonnie Roberts. Oh God. Please. Oh God. I don't know how you could do that, boy. I don't know. Fistrix used to be Climpan. It's Climpan. When PNM won, you know. I used to be Climpan, but we couldn't afford no Clim. Wrong with you? Where are you getting Climpan from? We couldn't afford no Climpan to be. Nah. And listen to this, I want the pushback movement now to go in all 51 constituencies, all 41 constituencies, and push back in all 41 constituencies. That's what I want them to do.
Honestly, what I want to be clear about is what the hell they're pushing back against.
I want to be clear about that. I was gonna try to call the fella Mikey K. You know, to see. Let me see, boy. Hold on. I want to call him. Let me call him, man. Hold on, earlier.
I don't want to hear it's a anti-vax. Enough of that shit.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see you go pick up the phone. They lock you up today too, you know.
Mikey.
Yeah, Mikey K. They take you too. When Vicky was in the corner hiding.
Hey, then there's the heads they want to know. If you were there, they'll take you too.
Nah, boy, you ain't going there to get locked up, boy. Nah, boy.
If Diana was there, she was going.
Hello.
No.
The first one was taken is you, Diana Benskin.
Fortunately, nobody knows the commissioner. They just hear about the commissioner.
But Diana, waiting, they can't come and take you?
What they gonna come and take me for? Let me tell you something, I learned it from listening to Kwame Ture. There are ways you can protest without getting arrested, yeah? Okay, good.
Well, wait now. Albert Montano say, how come anybody in the program talking about the PNM always get zapped? Who does get zapped? Talking about the PNM. Albert, who does get zapped? I don't know, Nabai.
He's probably making reference to the fact that when Gary was talking about Kamala, said we got to keep out of the equation because she is proven to be spineless, to be a friggin' paper tiger, to be a short tiger.
Oh, cool. Go by Tony. Chris, welcome. Yeah.
Or should I say tigress?
Chris, welcome. Listen, I tell you earlier that Albert Montano, I agree with that. Saints, I always remember the saying, some of us have to sacrifice to help those who need help. Correct. That is absolutely correct. You're 100%. Wait now, boy. Takesha, not Takesha. Takesha said Penelope for leadership in the PNM.
Oh,
Penelope?
Yeah, Penelope. Probably she'll do a better job if they want to save the party when that time comes.
No. They need to go from there. Need something new. Because I'm tired of I don't live there. And I tired and fed up with them. I never vote for nobody, and I'm tired and fed up with all of them. Give me something new. Let somebody new convince me. Because I tired and fed up.
Lana, welcome, boy. Lana back in the house.
Tired and fed up.
What? The teacher say, Anselm, probably she had no bill.
Who's that?
Oh, God. The teacher say, Vicky in the corner hiding because she had no bill.
Anselm, you're dying with in my ears. Oh, God, he gave me a headache with that song.
Give me a
migraine with that song.
You're
not a singer.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You're a professor. Stick to your professoring.
Yeah, see. The teacher, you're right. And some have a lot of fake activists who not share alone. Fake. There's an activist in Trinidad and Tobago. And them fellas getting locked up. I go and they take lock up too.
That's right.
They don't have to come and look for me.
But
I go and look for them.
Nobody ain't coming and lock up Diana Benskin. I'm telling you that now.
But Diana Benskin, I'm answer your question.
They're not coming to answer. They're not going to come and lock me up. I'm telling you.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
You gonna lock the neck?
What are you drinking there? What about things are you drinking?
Agua H2O. 9.5. Yeah, H2O.
What percentage? What
9.5. 9.5. All of it is water. I drink one of these all day.
No, I'm asking you what percentage of ACL?
What's ACL?
Alcohol.
I think this is water. I don't pay answer no mind. Go ahead, ask me a question.
Diana Benskin, if you are one of activists in Trinidad and Tobago making live all the time, calling the Prime Minister all kind of name, ranting and raving and misbehaving, making all kind of noise.
And what's he gonna lock me up for?
But like you see, you let me finish.
Go ahead.
Like you want to rant and rave to her.
What did it? Go ahead. I'll listen.
We can rant and rave at the same time, you know.
Go ahead.
All right. Yes. And you ranting and raving all about the place, about this, and the PM is this, and the Prime Minister is this, and they will come for me, and I go this and that. And you see other activists going knocked up.
Well, they're not. I'm gonna stand by. Go ahead now. Go ahead.
Let me finish now.
Let me see if I can call.
You don't want to hide in the back there, Benskin.
Let me see if I can have one of my friends call in and let them give you a history about me. Because you taking me for granted. You taking me for granted. You taking me
in the back and hide.
Right back and hide from who?
The police. The police.
For what? Why?
Because you're going in the corner hiding.
Why am I gonna go in a corner and hide from some policeman, some flashlight cop?
Yeah, Tommy.
Don't get it twisted. Don't take Benskin for granted.
What do you want me to talk? What do you mean? I'm gonna run from a flashlight policeman that I stand in my right? Hello, Anselm. I am not a Trinidad. I is a Bajan.
Our police are carrying heavy artillery. And
I is a Bajan. You have to remember that's the first and foremost. You have to remember. Oh, my total bloodline is Bajan. My mother's a Bajan. My father's a Bajan, and I come from warring people. Warring people.
Lana, boy, you preach, girl. Lana, you preach. Lana, boy, if Lana says, like Marsha said, make up your mind or go lock up.
That's it.
Make up your mind. When you think you see them, you try to go in the basement.
Why go and hide for?
I
go engage the police. Why you locking me up for? I want to know the charge. And I want it on around. I don't wait till Kevin police station and make up nothing. I want to know the charge. I want to know the ordinance, a break. I want to know everything. Yeah, right there. And don't slam me or nothing. If you slam me, that's problems. That's problems.
Yeah, but now here the real Balizé supporter.
Don't slam me or nothing.
Oh God.
All right? I don't
only slam you in his poetry slam, right?
That's it. Don't take Diana and slam she nowhere. Don't slam me nowhere. Because you're slamming me, you as assault. I kicking ass. I ready to fight. And the shit gonna evolve more and more and more. Yeah, you slam me, you assault me, I coming at you. I'm gonna come at you. Somehow I get me on the ground. You answer them, you really gotta interview people that know. I don't run and hide. Hide this here. I have never run and hide from no one and nothing. The only thing I fear, the only person I fear is God. And I want you to really understand that, eh?
I never said you would run and hide. I just asked you if you run and hide like Vicky.
Let me tell you something. I'll give you a story. I was on the subway when I first came here. And I was heading on to Brooklyn to meet my family at a party. I came from work late and I changed 11 o'clock. I changed at 149 at Grand Concourse. And 4 young ladies decided they're in the court, they want to take me on. I say, yeah. But in them days, I used to still travel with my box cutter. So I said, let me see. Yeah, who are taking first? So why they want to snatch me because late in the night, I want to snatch my bag. They want to. And if you see them, they look like 4 tigers. I say, yeah, I look for the weakest tiger and I snatch you. You understand? And I say, you call off your dogs or whoever them is, or you gonna feel my wrath. 4 of them I take on. I was about 13 years old. And somebody, the guy lift up my skirt and whatever. Or some girl, no, she wiped her face in my blouse. Wipe her hand in my blouse, yeah. Wipe her hand, dirty hands. I said, girl, what is it? Fight break out in the bathroom. Big, taller than me, eh? She brings the aunt, a cousin. 4 of them want to meet me in the savannah to beat me. Well, Benskin had she pillowcase full of rocks. And asked who was the winner of that fight. And I was but 13 or 14 years old, yeah? So let me tell you something. I don't run from fight.
Anyways, Takesha Claremont says, Anselm, Gary Griffith mashing up Philip Alexander live now. The people on the chat going wild. So I don't. You heard?
Listen, you see 2
You
of them.
should call Miss Bernie.
Them is 2 hypocrites. 2 of them.
Antonio, what leaders ran away?
Listen, association beats assimilation, you know. 2 of them is hypocrites.
Okay.
Yeah, association beats assimilation. I don't want to hear 2 of them. 2 of them. I don't want to hear them. Bim and bam. Look.
Call Miss Bernie. I don't back down, Anselm. Never. I don't plan to.
Listen. Antonio Clement says, I heard certain leaders ran away, boy. They run and hide, boy. certain leaders running.
Call them by name. Don't be ashamed.
Who's that?
That's what I tell him, Antonio. Call them
certain leaders. You must say certain leaders running and hide.
Yep.
Ellis good night. And some push back, boy. Yeah, I want everybody to push back, boy. Let's push back. No, what?
Fair. They put in fair in you, fair. Like, you know, once you are enveloped with fair, everybody come and push you around. It's fair, yeah, that's it. That's all they rule in by fair. Now I'm down there. You want to arrest me? Okay, my handcuff. Don't push me. Don't slam me. Don't put no mark on me.
Look, Mr. Richard Jacob, welcome to the village, yeah? Richard.
Yes.
Richard, welcome. I want to say hello to Richard. Richard says the pit bull was there. He was not arrested.
Yes, he was.
No, the pit bull was arrested?
Who's the pit bull? Not your friend from underground. Yes, he was.
The Pumpet was
arrested? I think, but he came out. He got out. I saw a live he did asking for JPs to come and help. Yes.
He escaped from police custody? Huh?
Yeah, he either what that status, I don't know, but the way he's saying we can't leave anybody behind.
Yeah,
there were people still detained, and he was looking for justice of peace.
So Richard Jacob said Pitbull was there, he was not arrested, right? Abu Bakr Funeral had 100%.
100. Had hundreds.
During the SOE, no one was arrested or told to disperse. That is unfortunate kind of unequal treatment of citizens. This administration will have to pay.
Amen.
They don't care. I don't know what that emoji is, because they're about the now suppressing the citizens' right. I agree with that.
Yep.
I agree with that.
Yep.
Richard, full 100. I agree with that. I agree with that. Right? That makes sense. What you saying, that makes sense.
Yep. Yeah, there you go. Yep. You
Yep.
know why? How? And this like it was a plan to extract the leaders because I saw Gary Abud hug a tree. I said, oh God, they gonna kill my friend, and he was taken away. And you know what? They all come with these guns. With these guns. I was like, okay, all right.
Diana Benskin, who started that? Diana Benskin, who started that?
Your friend in the chat who got the same name.
Oh no, the friend on the program.
Yeah.
Oh, you in chat too. But listen, Tommy, that's a camera strong boy.
But I think Rose stronger. Rose said I was walking on that short street behind the magistrate court in San Fernando. I was on my way to pay my floor bill, and a man tried to rob me. I real beat him with my house and land umbrella.
You go, Rose.
But Ellis, you are right, eh? But this don't happen too often. Today was a beautiful day. I didn't see any African, East Indian, local rights, etc. I saw powerful people that love Trinidad and Tobago. I don't disagree with that, Ellis. But this what happened today is an aberration. We need more of this, and I'm telling you, until we're going to decide to do it in all 41 constituencies, they're spinning up in mud.
But Troy Smith says this: police are not to serve citizens; they are to protect the politicians. That's the way it works here.
Yep. Flash, boy. Hey, some people come in real good tonight, boy. Flash. Flash. I think Flash was here before, right? Right, Diana? Tell me.
Yeah, he looked familiar.
Yeah. Why do they go and lock up the criminals in them? One who killed the prisoner officer in front of his child. Flash, I agree with you, man.
True.
Boy, some of the police is part of the criminal gang, so we're talking about.
And I said to him, that girl is my throat is dry. That girl is going to be traumatized forever.
Yep. And there's a lady who put out that thing, boy. My phone, I have so much videos on my phone. I don't go and delete some of them videos on my phone. I can't go all the videos I put up. It had a young lady talked about that too as well. Talked about the trauma that young lady had to go through. That 3-year-old girl that thing had to go through for the rest of her life.
And you see, she ran, like a skittish deer. And then some people, oh my God. I'm like, I just walk up to you just so and man.
But that's the kind of madness we are going on in Trinidad and Tobago. Madness. It's a reckless abandon all across the country.
Law and disorder.
Right, all across the country. And you know what they will say? Gary Mahadum, no Gary Mahadum, them will say, and all the defenders are Gigi. Oh, it's because Gigi no longer there, that's why things like that. It's always been like that.
Wait now, watch and see. Wait and see. You see bad yet. Wait, it's falling out.
You will jump up and say because of Gigi right in there, why things are this way.
Damn straight.
Look. Gigi went to the Olympics and he bring back home a bronze and a silver.
Listen, man. Listen, there's a underground culture, underground system that was running in this place. God knows. One of these days it will be. Anyway.
You can't believe, boy. Fish sticks say Kamala is a pit bull in court, not parliament. Dude. Fish stick, boy. You're calling out your leader, boy, fish stick, boy? No!
Well, she had to be good for something, she gets silk. Stop it, Wall Street.
No rubber bullets, only live ammo in protest. Oh Lord.
I really want to know. Answer whose side you on, partner. I am the country, I am Trinidad and Tobago side. The country.
Gigi had those criminals scared. Now they don't care.
DB, having a criminal scared does what? And crime and murder still going rampant in the country.
Hey, that's what Ellis Laborde said. So.
Hey, Ulrich,
Let me tell you, Trinidad is in a state of decadence, free
Correct.
fall, and it's going to dissipate even further. You have no police commissioner. You have perceived notions of alleged corruption. You have a leader that people they have no confidence in. A lot of you did a poll right now. People reeling from economic suppression, depression, and oppression. All of those are ingredients for free fall society.
Ulrich says, Butler never hide when the police come for him. He asked comrades, must I go? And they answered, no one. And all hell broke loose. If I am an activist in Trinidad and we having a march and police arresting all of us who organized the thing, I go up in front, I put my hands behind my back, and I'm ready to go with all of them. Leaders lead. What is Mia say again? What did you say that? What did you say?
Can't remember that.
Leaders lead, or what she says? Leaders lead. Leaders don't lead from the back.
They lead from in front.
They don't lead from in front. You cannot be a leader. The only kind of leader leads from the back is spineless leaders. You're spineless. As soon as you see thunder coming, you start to shrivel up and rivel up and do santi-manity and go in the back. Look, all you come down, man. All you come down, man. That's why we need conditioning. We are weak leaders. Weak leaders. Imagine if she's an MP. Imagine if she's an MP or something in Parliament. Imagine that. Imagine if she's an MP. All right, let's say the UMC win. Right? And the next year MP. What kind of MP she will be? Think about that. When thunder come for she weak. Look, I don't understand the thing, you know. And all of them say, oh God, she this and she that, and she this and she that. She shows she true colors.
Oh Lord.
She exposed, she petticoat showing. She petticoat showing, boy.
Ellis says, I believe you, Wall Street. That's why you love Rowley, even while he suffers us.
What does that do with Rowley? Does that mean to do with Rowley? What's that to do with Rowley?
Me only telling you what
is that to do with it? That's how them want to shift the thing. They want to shift the talk. But let me, you shift that by yourself. Me ain't gonna shift with you. When you want to move the goalpost, I'd rather move it with you. You gonna play for the soccer or you gonna move the goalpost now? Right? And here we just come. You're the favorite liner. Ellis and them favorite line. Tony, I want you to answer this, sir. Wall Street come back home and help us out with the crime situation. I'm not a criminologist. I'm not coming back home to help nobody with crime. That's not my forte. Why would I deal with that for? I don't have the expertise to deal with that. Why you want me to come home and deal with that?
Wall Street coming home to show you how to be a millionaire, how to make money and manage it.
Correct. I want economic empowerment, economic development, economic inclusion. That's what I want to come back and help you with. Right? So then young fellas who from 3-4 years of age, they don't grow up to be them same criminals.
Well, guess what? Me and a criminologist, but guess what? If I go down there, I can stop the crime. And them bad boys from Jamaica had to stay home and clean their yard with
That's your forte, Gary. I'm not trying to be king of everything.
No, I ain't trying to be no king. I just telling you. If I go down there, all them bad boys from Schumacher had to stay home and clean their yard with a cocaine broom.
Gary, Ellis want me come back home and deal with crime. He said when Wall Street come back home and empower them kids, give them economic development, economic empowerment, and economic inclusion. You only come and deal with crime.
Because if you think Gary Griffin is bad, wait till you see I get to the job. I dare Dr. Rowley to give me that job.
Gary, that's your forte. If I have a plane and I need to get it up, I ain't calling a taxi driver. I'm calling a pilot so he could taxi it.
Correct. Me a carpenter to come up my plane.
But I tell you, I would take the job for national security and do it for free of charge for Trinidad and Tobago, and they never take me up on it.
Hey, Albert Montano said Trinidad is now a totalitarian state, boy. China, boy. Whew. Albert, boy, that deep, boy. That deep there, Albert, boy. That deep, deep, deep.
Albert, I know who the leader is. The minister of everything.
Hey, Nizam, welcome.
Minister
Nizam,
Salt.
In everything. Mr. Everything. That is the leader.
Minister Salt.
And we're close enough to China. And we're close enough to China.
Right. Okay. So Ellis says, Diana, they don't Wall Street scale with no lockup talk. When we stand up for our rights, expect lockup, even death. Today was a beautiful day. Ellis, okay. Beautiful day. Fantabulous day. Expect lockup, except Vicky Rampersad.
I understand, but the lockup don't scare me. Like I said, if they want to arrest me, they go put a handcuff on me properly, and they're not gonna be slamming me nowhere and hitting me with no baton.
But I agree with the comment, and you
don't hit me with no baton and don't slam me no way. Because hello, the Hulk will come out in me then. All right, somebody go get hurt. And it won't be Diana.
Nah, Diana Benskin. You go and attack a police officer? You see
if he hits me, yeah. I will bust him upside his head. You got that right. And let the judge figure out who. Hello.
No.
Wait. Let me defend myself. I'll defend myself and my statement. You want to arrest me, there's procedures that you do it. But if you're taking me and you want to slam me on ground, or you want to hit me with and cause injury to me, I'm fighting you. Put that on, and I will cuff that. But I will cuff him upside his head. I will cuff you.
You suffer consequences then.
What? Or take my foot out, kick him in his BALLS. Thank you. I will kick him in his BALLS. He wants to do handcuff.
Diana, some of these police officers and the weaponry they have, and the one shot, one kill mentality, you think you're gonna make it to even see the judge?
Well, that's let him go ahead. Let him go ahead. I'm covered. Jesus will guide me. Don't worry.
Was existing before.
I want to come out alive.
Question after.
No baton. I good.
Yeah.
And any jail to put me in, I will burn it down.
Diana, behave yourself.
I telling you, at any jail to put me in, I'm burning it down.
Diana, don't make those statements on the air.
Yeah, who said all of these, Steve? Who said that? Can anyone remember who said all of these, Steve? When Roberts, I don't remember who said that. I know that fella from NJAC says when he was in Paul, he had never seen so much thieving in his life. I know he said that. Do you remember that?
Yep. Yep.
What's
God rest his soul. Daga.
Wakanda Daga says, I've never seen so much thieving in my life. Vonnie Roberts, you remember that?
Too much corruption in Trinidad.
Too much corruption. Yep. And until we stand against corruption, look, to teach us a guy, if it mashed it up.
Well, Trinidad is in free fall here. Y'all stock up on stuff or get the hell out if you can. Free fall. Free fall.
You see?
Yep.
You see where it's going, eh? We getting it twisted, you know.
Free fall. That's what's going to happen.
Let me see if I have this here. Hold up. We getting it twisted, all right?
Yes, because Trinidad is nice. Trinidad is a
paradise. Yeah. We believe that. We still believe that today.
That's right.
Oh, let's see. Remember this? Look at this one. This is the one here. Well, you see, that's where they have us. That's how they have we.
Yep, fight and kill each other while we run away with all the
You see?
wealth.
Look, that's how they have we. Well, you see how they have we? That's how they have we. We fighting each other, boy. What? Cats and dogs, boy. And the politician over there eating all the food, boy. And we fighting each other for nothing.
That's right. That's
We
right.
fighting each other for the same food. And the politicians come in and eating all the food. And we fighting each other.
Time the fight done, when the fight done, no food left.
No food left. None.
What is the difference between the ordinary thief and a political thief? Number one, the ordinary thief steals your money, your bag, your watch, and your jewelry, isn't it? But the political thief steals your future, your career, your education, your health, and your business. Number two, the hilarious part is that the ordinary thief will choose whom to rob. But you are the one who choose the political thief to rob you. Because we choose them. We vote them. We blindly say we are not blind. Who is deceiving who? The ridiculous part of the whole issue is that we will fight to defend and protect our belongings from the ordinary thief. Is it not? But we fight each other to defend and protect the political thief. Is that not what we do? Thugs will be fighting themselves to protect those that are stealing our career, stealing our joy, stealing our health, stealing our success. What a shame. What a travesty. It calls for us to think and think deep. The stage we are in as a country is not a stage where
They want me to play. You know what we played? The play played. We had to wake up, man. We had to wake up. We had to wake up. We only defending politicians left, right, and center. I don't defend no politician. I'm not in the defending no play. Oh, this, that. He wants to doing this, I wants to doing that. Look, not me, right? Not me. I learned my lesson, you know. I learned my lesson.
I know I fight for the poor, disadvantaged people. I don't care who I am interested in, who in charge. You shouldn't have them type of people suffering like that. No, I don't want to hear nothing about who. You're not doing your work, then nobody will have to call out, reach out for no help. That's it. They're not doing the job. Remove them. Put your finger in the ink and remove them. So you don't have to reach out to nobody for nothing. You'll be self-sustained.
So you want to change the thief. You don't want the same thief. You want to.
Okay, I did look. I said change the system. And if they're acting, change the system. So what you gonna do? You cannot have a country without somebody running it. Can the country run itself without somebody in charge? You need somebody in charge. So you now have to, as the electorate, whatever. You need to, exercise your finger and put in the right ink.
So Diana, here's the next point now, Tommy and Gary, right? So Takesha says, how come the police didn't target Philip Alexander? That's a great point, right?
Excellent.
So that's an excellent point. So listen to this, right? You see?
Yeah, and Gary Griffith is not commissioner. So how come they still didn't arrest him?
But listen to this, He too. He come out of the mat and you in the back. And I see Ishmael too, somebody got arrested 7 times. He don't get arrested today. Want to see that? Boy, them said that fake activists that have in Trinidad and Tobago. Martin Luther King was got arrested 100 times. Malcolm X was got arrested how much times? Right? Kwame Ture got arrested how much times? Right? Marcus Garvey must got arrested how much times? Them fellas them is fake activists, boy. Them ain't no real activists.
Political actors.
Not only that, them is self-fulfilling activists. Self-fulfilling activists. Them activists for themselves. So when they become activists, the politician will come by them and say, boy, what do you want? You have a business? How can we give you this? How can we give you that? And he turned down easy. Then supposed to go in front and get arrested. In China, supposed to say he got arrested 7 times already. He don't want to get arrested again. Them is activists.
What? 1 more is 8.
Yeah, but the man says so. Yeah, the man says so. You understand? Them And them is all the leaders. Them is people who are following.
I find in Trinidad and Tobago, I find that it's a bourgeois mentality that exists too. And people ride on that. Yep, a bourgeois nonsense that exists. Yep.
You see that kind of behavior.
And it's alive and kicking, and it those sort of things show their face whenever you have societies experiencing a period of decadence and free fall and stuff. You'll actually see the haves and the have not. It emerges.
Yeah, we could bring Miss Bonnie on Tuesday. You want Miss Bonnie come on Tuesday?
Yep, you see it.
Yeah, you will come on. But we had to wake up in Trinidad and Tobago. We had to wake up in Trinidad and Tobago. And I'm telling you all that there's going to be a seismic shift in Tobago after this election.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
A seismic shift. Rowley, welcome. A seismic shift.
Well, people tired and fed up. And you see what they're doing? They went, I said, yeah, they're going down the negative campaign road. I said, that's the downfall right there. And then the negative campaigning on about the PDP, and then you're coming, you're showering them with trinkets. Okay, people can't see. This is not back in the daytimes, People wake up, people know what's going on.
But listen to this, Ellis, let me tell you something, Let's say I become Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. I tell you all of this. The first thing I doing, you see Labre and Lavantel, them had to come out of that doldrum they're in, and they have to be some of the finest place in Trinidad and Tobago. I doing that. I don't care if I just get 5 years. When them place finish, nobody could ever say, look at them place, all these years they like that. And all of them saying that, and then all of them come and say, oh, look how you fix it up where you used to live, or you fix it up Labre. All of them going to be hypocrites too. And some of them going to be saying the same thing. Why you fixing up Lavantel? Because you from Lavantel. Where am I fix up? Where? Or Labre? Where am I fix up? And all you criticizing all kind of thing now. If I go, you see, Wall Street have to empower Chumaka. I go do that. And I telling you on the platform I go do that. Right? Let them make the minister works now. All the roads, Labran, Chumaka, Lavantel, all of them is the best roads. I fixing that. But then politicians have in Trinidad and they have the testicular fortitude to do them kind of things. They come and they give you a nice talk before the election. Hey, we go do all of this. Oh, before the election they come, they give you a box drain, they give you a road, they give you a CPAP work, they give you URP. And as soon as the election come and they win, they like Coco. Then you call them just to wish them a Merry Christmas, they ain't picking up their phone. And all you call them is to wish them a Merry Christmas. But you know why? It's always we who allow them to treat we so.
Yep.
We allow that to happen. Zayt, I need to calm down. No, Zayt, I just get pent out, man. I really, no, seriously. When I see Vonnie Roberts, I don't want to go in prison, but if I was an activist and I say I will stand up for the people of Trinidad, I don't care what happened in prison. Whatever happened, I can't control that. But I know when I'm in prison, I could use my intellectual to deal with them fellas in there. I know that. So I don't worry about all the other things. He said I'm going to be someone companion. I mean, I'm going to be plenty people companion. Plenty of them. Because I could teach them how to make more money. Because when they make more money, they could buy the things they want in prison. Think about that. I could be plenty of them companion. You ain't lying. That's a very good point, Vonnie Roberts, boy. I got plenty companions because I could teach them how to be self-sufficient. Right? How to get economic empowerment. Even though they're in prison. And when they come out of prison, they can continue. Yeah. Just keeping it real. Yeah. I oh God. Ellis, I just know this way, Ellis, sometime, you know. Ellis in Wall Street, make it evil government send home Gigi. I make them send home Gigi. Gigi fail on his own. Look, Vonnie said I can't even help kids in Daventry. Now, Vonnie, you don't know what you're talking about now. Oh, cool. You know, only some real attacks tonight, boys. Zayte answer me not from Trinidad. I'm from Tobago. No, I'm not from Trinidad. My father's at Tobago, so I'm from Tobago. That's all right. Oh, God. They just attack another prison officer in Tunapuna.
Come back to that.
I would say they just attack another prison officer in Tunapuna.
Attack? Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So why they attacking the prison officers? And there has to be some kind of connection to that?
Yeah. Nadia says she's not a PNM or a UNC. I always for who's going good for the people. Really? Nadia, that's true. Frost says, Wall Street, these police in Trinidad like to beat people. The lady had a right to hide.
And some head for Abu Bakr was there too, no?
Eh?
I heard he was there.
No, they locking you up. Leaving you alone.
I have to see that on live that Fuad was there too.
Eh? Flash said, Wall Street, police in Trinidad like to beat people. The lady had a right to hide because these police wicked. Oh, God. Hey, yeah.
But you hear what Hailey says.
Hello, WZYE 95.9 FM. Welcome.
Call Miss Bernie.
We calling she Tuesday. You on here, you know?
Okay.
You on here? You hear me?
He said okay.
Yeah. Eh? What was say? Hailey?
Hailey says them poor. Hailey says them poor. Oh, Diana. Anyway, them poor unintelligent leaders hype up poor people and send them to march. What they accomplish? Rowdy in Barbados relaxing while poor people go into jail for dunce pushback.
Correct.
Oh my God.
And Vicky in the corner hiding.
Oh my. Oh me.
Correct. 100%.
Oh Lord.
I agree with that before, boy. Let me stay and watch them go lock up. Right?
Goodness.
I see Ronnie coming. I say, hi, Ronnie, darling.
So the people make an effort, right? That's a start.
Yeah. Gary, you don't get a second impression to make a first impression. You don't get a second chance to make a first impression.
So what do you think? That effort wasn't good enough?
You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. I said, Gary, if they did not make it political and they had made it about country, don't put up the prime minister picture, they make it political. They made it political.
So who's the oppressor, Ansem? Who's the oppressor?
There you go. All right. So make it political then. All right.
No, I'm not saying who's the oppressor. You don't make it party affiliated. This
make
was
it political.
Non-party affiliated thing. Even people in the PNM unhappy with Rowley.
So make it political. Make it political.
People in the PNM, there was people, I heard people that from the PNM was out there too.
Was there out there?
But they should have done it countrywide.
Countrywide. Gary, this is what they could have done. Gary, this is what they could have done. So listen, we having a pushback. We pushing back in all 41 constituencies. Today, we push back in it. We pushing back in Marval constituency in Savannah.
At the same time.
Right.
That is what I was saying. I've been saying that for months now.
That's where we starting, right? We're pushing back in all 41 constituencies across the country.
Oh dear.
And I saw this lady with this mic there. She was talking all kind of thing that was nothing to do with party politics. She was talking about working in the government and how she been mistreated and how she was forced to do certain things. You know?
Hailey said what? In North Carolina, when the college football team lose a game, the students just riot and burn down the city. In Trinidad, when citizens fed up by the government, they get locked up for a pushback.
You know, Hailey coming real good tonight, boy. Hailey said the leaders of the pushback was leading with emotions, not intelligence. Correct?
That's right.
Full 100. Emotions and the game and the rate and the rap pushback movement. And we go push back on November the 30th. We go, boy, no what? No
Hold
what,
on,
Gary?
let me see if you get him now.
All right, Gary, know what? After the pushback, know what? What's next? Gary?
Yeah, go ahead.
What's next?
After the
Now the
pushback?
pushback finish. Now the pushback finish. What's next?
What do you mean? More pushing back, and then we push forward. Push back until push back and more push back again.
Oh,
until
God.
you push the PNM in the sea.
Push back till you break your back.
Push Rowley and them in the sea. Rowley and the whole team there.
Let Inja come. Inja, you have to understand what is going on. Wall Street, you should be ashamed to beat up a woman who in the front line fighting for what? And you hiding? You fighting and hiding?
Lord.
When you go in the boxing ring and you have a box, you can't go outside here and try to box. Come on and Inja. She fighting for citizens. Yes, she fighting. Right? Oh, you know what? Inja, let me take that back. You're right. She's not an activist. She's just fighting for citizens. My bad.
Oh, Lord.
I take that back. Let's see continue to fight for citizens and don't be an activist. Because when you're fighting for citizens, you don't worry about getting locked up. Right? Indra, I humbly apologize. Let she continue to fight for citizens and she will never have to worry about getting locked up. But when she wants to go to the public domain and march and push back and push forward and push sideways, right? Don't run. When you go in the kitchen, you have to deal with the fire. You can't play mass and fake powder. You want to play mass and fake powder? Inja? She want to play mass and fake powder? Come on, Inja.
Oh, Lord.
That's why you have the problem that we have in Trinidad and Tobago today. If you ever stand up, stand up. Don't halfway stand up. She want to stand up and sit down on a chair at the same time. Nah, we have it so.
Gary pushed them like a lava dancer. Oh, Lord.
Did I read this one? I don't know, but like Haley. I don't know, boy. Like Haley, did you go to that pushback today?
And it shows citizens that nobody in the country knows what they're doing. A bunch of Trinidadian way with education leadership. Oh, God. Oh, Lord.
Yeah. But we have, look now. Oh, hey, you know something, man?
In 6 days' time, we're going to see some real pushback, right? And depends on that pushback, then you're going to see some real pushing back in Trinidad.
And they want to know what Paula's sipping.
If the people in Tobago set the pace, the people in Tobago has been ignored for a long time. Maybe they have a chance to prove themselves and set the pace here. They could set the trend for Trinidad.
Top of the hour.
Ron, no, I want you to stay, Ron. Yeah. Don't study Anselm. That's why he can't put up his picture tonight. Because the PNM hijacked the fiber optics.
Of course, folks, it's in the village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. Let's go for a quick station identification. We'll be right back after this.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey. The most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's in the village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Come to every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday from 6 to 9 p.m. It's in the village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. So Diana.
I seen a man called one of you nuts. I ain't seen him for a long time. He back in the house there.
No, yeah, what I feel us come and go. He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I feel. Yeah. Tommy.
Yes.
What is your takeaway? So listen to this, right? I would like people in the chat to put what is your takeaway from the march today? Right? What do you think we gain from the march today? What was gained from the march today?
Absolutely nothing.
Tommy, I was coming to you. So Tommy,
you saying the effort was worth nothing?
What was gained from the march today, Tommy?
The media rubbished it by making it into an anti-vax march.
We shouldn't allow the media to. Then that is when we should put up more resistance. WYZ 95.9 FM can expose the media.
Yeah, there's only so much we can do.
We could expose the media. I mean, we're international. We could expose the media. By interviewing some of these people, putting some garbage out there. We could put some licks on it. We have been putting some licks on the media anyway.
Oh.
Diana, what do you think we gained from the march today?
Well, throughout history, marches and protests are not new. And, they may not achieve the desired outcome on the first attempt. Like Martin Luther King, he stood up and he marched for equal rights and all this good stuff. First time around, I'm sure he didn't achieve what he wanted.
Exactly.
And he get licks and all that, right? So it shows that people are able. What was gained showed that they were able to unite. They came together for a cause, and they can do it better with good leadership. And if they, with stick-to-itiveness, it is possible to achieve what they want. That's my input.
And Martin Luther King became so powerful in this country that they had to take him out. Martin Luther King threatened certain people so much that they had to take him out.
So Gary, what do you think we gained from the march today?
For me, I think it was a good effort. I congratulate those who made the effort to go out there. And I am calling on the rest that stood by on the sidelines. If these people are fighting for the same cause and you hiding in the bushes, then shame on you. You got to come out and support them. If you stand up or hide in the bushes and allow these people to get arrested and they're fighting for a cause that's affecting all of us, it affected Indians, Africans, Chinese. You go to the hospital, you go to the supermarket, when you call on the police, every one of the damn services, right, that we have all facing the same issues. I live in America, but I have family in Trinidad. So they can't tell me mind my business because my family facing the music down there too.
Gary, if the focus of the march was that, then they may have been more successful.
But it had people all over saying different things. Everybody was representing their voice there today.
But when the focus becomes anti-vax, they shooting themselves in the foot.
No.
We know that it's different.
It was
we
not
know the government tried to spin it in a different way.
Yes, the media made it anti-vax. But what I had my 3 phone and my laptop, and I was watching everybody live, and everyone was pushing a different agenda. They were talking about the roads. They were talking about better representation. They want the social network. Then you had the Jason and them talking about no vaccine and my child is not a lab rat. everybody was chanting something different.
So divided, what happens?
Did you see the
Well,
lady in
they were
double on
divided
politics?
in
I don't
their
know her name, Diana.
chants,
You saw that
but
lady
they
with
were
the mic?
united in the action, the protesting action.
Your agenda is what matters most. Now,
Fine.
listen, Gary talked about Dr. King and everything else. Dr. King demise came because he started pushing for economic empowerment. That's what's fast forward his demise. But before when he was just marching and saying civil rights and just
But economic empowerment comes under civil rights. Tommy, you right to make an equal a living like anybody else.
Yes, not he wanted to empower. He wanted the minorities to be empowered economically, and he finally got around to talking about that and reparations and so on. When he went there is when things got hairy. But for the most part, when he was trying to get people to sit at the lunch counters and ride in the front of the bus and things like that, that was a different kettle of fish.
Let me tell you something. Right. You know, the peaceful thing can only go so far. All right, the peaceful thing can only go so far.
He remained peaceful, but he started talking economics. He started talking
but he remained peaceful.
Reparation is what scared them the most. Anyways.
And that's what I say. I say we marching up and down the place. So let me ask a question, right? This march, how much people that were starving?
Here we go.
Before the march, right? Get food now after the march.
Answer, we don't expect an overnight results, right? But it's an effort. All right. It's
but Gary,
focus.
Answer, they brought awareness to what is going on with the people.
The march is not about economics.
The march was about everything wrong in the country. Andy Williams told you that before the other night.
But when you're all over the place, what happens? You need to focus. We need focus. We need.
All right. Anselm and Tommy, you two seem to be experts on certain things. What?
No, Diana. No. I'm not an expert on marching.
Okay, all right.
I'm not. Don't put things on me that I'm not. I'm not an expert in marching.
What would you two recommend to the protesters and the leaders?
I've been saying it all night, Diana Benskin.
Well, just say it again.
Let me say it again. If we are serious about the things that are happening in Trinidad and Tobago, we will have a pushback in all 41 constituencies across Trinidad and Tobago, including Tobago.
With a similar focus.
Okay? We're going to push back because of this economics. We're going to push back because of the things we've seen happen in all these different constituencies from Laventille to Labre. We're going to push back for these things. Economics. I'm not talking about people starving.
Services, infrastructure, all the key things.
Anti-vax. What is that?
But they have anti-vax marches all over the Caribbean, all over the world.
But Diana, how does that put food on the table?
It doesn't put food on the table.
How does that get economic development?
But Anselm,
how does that get economic inclusion?
Can I finish? When you're forcing people to vaccine in order to keep a job, you're taking money off the table, right? So it becomes a vaccine issue.
When you're telling them
you can't work, when you're telling let me finish it. When you're telling you can't work, or according to what I saw in the news and I heard, what KFC wants to give you, correct me if I'm wrong, in the chat, $500 in 6 months if you take the vaccine. You see, when you let me finish now. When you tie a person's livelihood to the vaccine, it becomes a vaccine issue.
But also, listen, the government of Trinidad and Tobago would like to give the outside world this unrest in the country there, or this protest or whatever it is, was vaccine related. They don't want the truth out there to let the outside world know that how they're mismanaging and mistreating our people. Okay? So that is why this is being spun. Those reporters already have the instruction to spin this into anti-vax march. Okay.
That means our leadership is weak. Leadership is weak. If leadership was strong enough, it could never go there. That's called shifting the goalposts, as I would say, or as I say, distraction. That's
and let me tell you
garbage.
something. You know, David Muir from ABC, I've been bombarding his inbox and his Facebook page to follow up on what's going on. All you're following up on Rihanna and Barbados and Republic. Go next door to Trinidad and Tobago. There's a story unfolding there. I keep sending it to David Muir. Keep sending it. Because I want international media to go down there and interview the people, the suffering people on the ground. That's what I want. Let me put it in face.
And when international media looks at what the media here is saying, they're going to say anti-vax protest. So what? It gets rubbish.
No,
it gets rubbish.
They need to go on the ground themselves and interview the people. Don't listen to them media that depending on stipend from the government. No, go to the people. Go into the neighborhood. Let the women come out and talk about the killings and whatnot, and they're frightened to walk the street. You saw he just go down in Afghanistan and interview people. I want him to go to Trinidad and do an interview like that. I tell all the following Barbados, go to Trinidad. Go to Trinidad. There's a story down there.
There is something about the U.S. government won't touch Trinidad for some reason or the other. No matter how much things are going wrong in Trinidad.
Well, you don't know why? You don't know why? Now you don't know why?
They're refraining to touch Trinidad. I went through that with the Chinese citizen issue.
But Gary, you don't know why?
They was acting like Dr. Rowley was some big world
be right back,
like Soviet Union or something, that he's untouchable.
No, Gary, that's not why. That's not why. You know why?
Venezuela.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Venezuela.
Who said that? Who said that?
I'm just telling you.
Well, Gary, that is exactly
you know exactly why.
You know why? But don't make it into something that it's not. You know why America is hands off in Trinidad and Tobago?
And I have a suspicion why.
No, that's why. That's why. That's why. No, you're right. You're absolutely correct.
And in fact, I had that conversation with the State Department. I said, why? Because of Venezuela? She said, yeah, we don't want to, I'm not calling anybody name, right? We don't want to, to cause any more problems. No, we are touching Trinidad. No, we ain't with that.
But look, Mondelo, the fellow who used to be, where he was? Ambassador to Trinidad and Tobago. He back in Long Island now. He told you, and listen to this.
Which one is that? You're talking about?
Mondelo, the former ambassador to Trinidad and Tobago.
You already over here? Oh, yeah, they were already.
Yeah, they sent him back long time. He was under Trump.
Yeah.
Look, Hailey, boy, you're hitting sixes tonight, boy. Yeah, six tonight, boy. We need to draft you for the West Indies, boy. We need some six-hitters. West Indies lose the first test already. Right? We need to revive Inshanali and Rafik Junarin and bring them back for them to go and play for the West Indies again. Hailey says, Hailey, they're going to push back because they're fed up with worldly leadership. Why they turn their attention to the police and lose their focus, I have no idea. Focus.
Into the police. Who they're talking about? Who they turn their attention to the police? The police following instructions.
Police following instructions?
Yeah, police following instructions. The police ain't going there and do that on their own. They was ordered to do what they do.
But here Hailey is something else tonight by Ian Fire. He says, Gary, Trinidad Orange Juice ship a shipment of cocaine to Carolina.
Yeah, we know that, but not Carolina, it was Virginia.
I know it was VA. But we got the point, it was the VA. And nobody ain't got arrested or any investigation was done.
No discussion in the news. Nothing, no follow-up story in the news.
Oh God. Rowley say, if I'm an activist and the TTPS come to arrest me, I run and hide it too. Rowley always do this. What I feel welcome then.
But don't you see them people out in the Middle East that spell stone and run and hide?
Look, all you I listen last year. The problem is poor leadership Correct.
So what happened to the people up in the beat and why they didn't come down in Port of Spain too? What I ain't concerned them.
What I'm coming in for? When them go down there and march, them taking all the energy to go down there and march and lose their energy because stay in there. They don't get food. Is food they're looking for?
Well, hey, so this
What
is
them go
about
down there and
food.
march for?
This march is about food. This not about march is about vaccine alone. This march is about everything. The bad treatment in the hospital. There, you like garbage when you go in the hospital. Look, we see the other day flood. the patients like they had to end up swimming. and the minister of finances come and boast of how much money is allocated here and how much money is allocated there. Where the money going? Play that clip of Cuba. With Cuba for me. Show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the money. Where the money going? How to get Cuba to bring the deal with them, boy?
Show you the money, huh?
Yeah, let Cuba ask all these. Show me the money. Show me the money.
What I feel you inside, boy. Welcome back. Albert Montana want to know, some of you forming a new party, not in PNM.
No, that make no sense. Right? No new party, it making no sense.
No, it make no sense.
Let what's you do eating over there, but everybody want to form a party and a party there, and then it doesn't resolve in anything. I mean, the current party was a bunch of hot air thing. They couldn't even win one seat. And they're acting like they win the election already. No, we ain't need nobody and we ain't need this. And guess what? 140,000 votes.
Mm-hmm. So Eli says, Gary, so who bailing all the people who get locked up? A true leader will do a fundraisers to raise money for bail before they go.
Which leader they talking about? Who's the leader this year?
It's our leaders, man.
Which leader?
They need to come forward and show who's supporting this.
They can't say Kamala was leading this. Kamala might try to capitalize on it, but she ain't leading this. You understand what I'm saying there? She might try to capitalize on it, but she ain't leading this. She didn't influence anything here. She didn't put nothing together. She didn't put her own campaign together to win the election.
Gary, here what I would have done. What I would have done is to get, I'm sure there is disgruntled PNM activists, right, who may want to be part of it.
What I don't know what I mean. A lot of them are there. Were there? I don't know who, but a lot of people was there.
Well. No, you still have a discussion because the frontline people seem to be more of one party. And to me,
but the guys clarified that to you, and they're talking in private. They let people talk.
No, but I'm saying that publicly. I'm just saying publicly. Now think about this, right? We streamed it. We're media. We could stream anything. Right? Now, you know what people will say? You know what PNM people might say? Oh, look. Wall Street and then station and YouTube channel, look, they're streaming that pushback match. You know what? Them support, look, they're streaming PDP thing, right? We could pick and choose whatever we want to stream.
And same for me to Maka UNC party, Oh Lord, look at trouble.
Who said that?
No, let's say that. They don't call you UNC. It's gonna be the Chumaka UNC party group. Oh Lord. Hey boy, but listen to me. The people have. I mean, this was an effort. If they don't build on it, right? If they don't build on this is something can be built on. This is how these things go. If they don't build on this and this dissolve because a few are arrests and the people don't jump in and feel that this fight is about them, then don't complain.
Gary, I want them fellas and them to continue the struggle, right? But make it a little more universal Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, Ansem, I think they've been making that effort. Is the division being
but Gary, when you put out a flyer and you put Dr. Rowley on it, you're losing the focus of what you're trying to accomplish.
Well, you might think so. Well, I don't think so. because he is the oppressor.
All right.
He's the oppressor. Who we have the problem with is his leadership is the problem.
But Gary, the biggest problem in this society is the playbook, you know. In this society.
And who managing the playbook? Who calling the shots? Who dictating the terms there?
You may change the manager of the playbook, but you're not changing the book. It's the same crap you're getting.
Well, let me tell you something, Tommy. This is what I think, right? What I have seen, right? When Kamala win the election, the same bunch of crooks that was in the PNM was up in she face.
They, remember what it was calling? She Alibaba and the 40 Thieves.
Oh Lord!
So all the wheelers and dealers, I couldn't talk to she. I couldn't get close. They made it possible that I'd never get a chance to talk to she. They made it possible.
Right. So you know damn well it's the same crap regardless of who you get. Yellow, red, whatever. Same crap. We need a new perspective.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Well, not only perspective, you could have a new perspective and you don't have good people or new good people to run this perspective and you end up in the same boat. Because it's the PN. Listen to me. We pulling out of the same pack. The PNM and the UNC pulling out of the same pack. All right.
So they need a new pack with different markings.
It's the same people in Trinidad and Tobago. The culture has been
different markings, different playbook to at least one that would hold them accountable and keep their feet to the fire when they're playing the fool.
I've been saying that all along.
They need a leader who could grab the bull by the horn. Okay, man. And if that leader could that's how Dr. Rowley being arrogant and bullying things. If he was doing the right thing, we would have stand up with him. Okay? If he was doing the right thing.
But the people get a government they deserve. If the people will take that shit, they will get that. If they're not taking it, they're not getting it. I done so.
Right.
What I've seen to that pushback thing was at least.
Nah, man, it's a start.
Why you say that?
It's a start.
Why you say that?
I already know the masses. It's just to get rubbish. The masses don't throw that under the bus.
So, Wallafie, where was you today?
Miami.
And what you recommend?
No, I asked him the question why you think it was.
No. I'm asking him. I'm sure you listening. I'm asking what he recommends. Where was he today? You know. So they on the ground in Trinidad, right? Look where we are. If you in Trinidad make an effort and talk to the people who's organizing and tell them this is the best way we think we should do things, or this is what we will support. Pull your group together. Pull our group together. It doesn't have to be out of the same pack. Pull our group together. Join the fight. And say this is about country and people. Simple as that. Simple as that. Up to this day, I ain't born one tire and I get more than 500 people home back to Trinidad. Okay?
See, and that's what we're talking about.
Me about one tire and I ain't blocked no road. And I ain't protesting in front of no embassy.
Because, Gary, you were focused on what your mission was. How many of these people here focus on anything? Are they focused? Do they really care about the things that affect them in a negative way, in a way that makes their life a living hell? Because there's a lot of things. Gary, let me tell you something. I literally destroyed my car driving these roads, you know.
Ahead,
I don't even want to talk.
No. Talk. Come on, you can't. This is the thing. If you don't say these things.
But Tommy, you know, Tommy, I watched that match today, and you allow me to do something. I watched at all the cars was in that match, and I didn't see 3 old cars. I watched that match, and Tommy, you make me pay attention. I pay attention. I see Philip Alexander going up and down. I say, but look, nice, new. Or roll off, it looked new, well kept and things like that. I say, wow.
But you know, we Trinity people don't play with that.
Wow, look at nice.
We live at home, my mommy and daddy, and we could buy a car. If we live in our home, it could be harder.
Okay, all right, yeah. Albert Montano say, answer me reminds you of a barking dog who runs in the backyard as he's confronted. Albert, I from Chumacake. I get about 415 bus there. People used to run in the backyard from me. But I come from them. They used to run from me. But my prefect in school used to run from me. And they won't make me no prefect. But I don't know why they didn't make me prefect though.
Well, I made it. I was the sheriff in town.
Manny used to say I was voting PNM since he was in the mother belly.
Oh God.
But you think about it, that none of us at this age now, can do certain things, right? So we had to use our brain. All right. But
good. Boy, all of you nuts sending words for Manny Jesus, boy. I ain't putting that one up.
Yeah, the chat, that's what I'm telling you in the chat, they're fighting.
They're fighting too bad, boy.
Because they bring it from another chat. That's why. So he just be on another chat disrespecting people.
Yeah, Takisha say handsome nothing he gonna be I know me. The Chumaka 70 I grew up in.
Let's get Takisha here. Let Takisha give us some feedback now. What took place? Let her hear her voice. What she had to say.
She call in. Takisha, you can call in.
Yep.
Takisha, call in, please.
Yeah, Kish. We need to hear.
You was on the ground there. Give us some feedback. Let's hear your voice. What you have to say. This show is about you guys. You know, you're in the midst of the heat there. Let's hear from you guys. Anybody listening to this program, please free to call in.
Gary, I guess you already said highly say. No disrespect, Gary, but that pushback failed before it started.
It was an effort, man. It was an effort. That was an effort.
No, I give them credit for the effort.
So where was Hailey? Let me ask Hailey. Where Hailey was there today? Where was Hailey today? Did Hailey go and support it?
I don't know.
Did Hailey make any suggestion? Where's your team, Hailey? What part of Trinidad you from, and where's your team? Where's your people? Are they okay where they are? Are they happy where the things are running in the country? You know, I mean, come on. We condemning people who made an effort, and we are doing nothing. You know what condemn I get? We had and some best friend from PDP out there say, come on my page and say, if for the exemption, call me, I go get it for you.
Who's that?
Your best friend, Philip.
Okay.
Okay, so how much exemption Philip get? I get the same government that me fighting for to collaborate with me to work with getting the people of Trinidad and Tobago home. The same government. The same government that Dr. Rowley went on a platform and condemned me. You know, to work with me in getting our people home. I call up his office. I get collaboration from straight out of the Prime Minister's office to get our people home. We think it's from straight out of the Prime Minister's office. Straight up from the Ministry of Health. I call the Minister of Health myself.
Oh God. And just say Wall Street, Vicky will deal with you. Bring she on your show, you will see powder. Now, she might come here and cuss. When the thing get too heated, she might run in the corner and hide. she might run in the corner.
Well, some people could cuss and some people could fight. I'm gonna tell you.
She might run in the corner like someone else.
You know, sometimes you see. In fact, I had about 3 dogs, right? And the smaller one will go and start the fight, and and then run behind the bigger one and let the bigger one to fight.
But highly, things ain't gonna change overnight. What do you mean a waste of effort, a waste of time? Not gonna change. But a waste of time, is a waste of time, a waste of effort, nothing changes.
That is the mentality that is what had us in bondage. And Indian Africa was taken captive because of that weak-hearted mentality. And Mr. Gandhi had no choice to fight a peaceful fight, because if it was up to me, it would have been licks like fire, and the British would have to run back to England. If it was up to this Indian, If it was up to this Indian, there was no peaceful resolution. It'd have been war. We'd have burned the whole damn place down.
So Gary, Diana, and Tommy, explain this to me. I don't understand something, right? Ellis Island says, Wall Street, don't worry. We'll only go buy you a doggy biscuit for you in duty free when you coming back from Barbados.
What
did I say?
Answer. Our people ended up in the situation they did because our own brothers and sisters betrayed us, so too damn weak-hearted to stand up with us, you know. Okay?
Same thing with the Africans too. Yep.
Let's be real now. Okay?
Yep.
Okay? A big, strong, mighty men in Africa, I mean, them guys so tall and strong, they could knock down a tree, and a few handful of men come with some
and when they're on the plantation, Gary, when on the plantation, they put the inside one against the one outside. I want to say the word on here, right? And they divide.
One or two of them, and we afraid them. Bullshit.
People need to get it together. That's why I said one on my life today. Go as one. But when you divide you, they'll conquer you.
Somebody calling in.
Yeah. Hello, Tikisha. Welcome to WZYE 95.9.
Nice.
Good night.
Good night, Tikisha. How are you?
Tommy and Diana, will you hear me?
Yeah, we are loud, uncle.
Yeah, Takesha, welcome.
I was there. Well, today I went to take my second dose of the vaccine, and I remember that the protest, so I went there. I stayed from afar. I was amazed at the crowd, at the turnout I saw, because I know that some Trinidadians will just say that they're going to protest, and when time comes, there's only see a handful of people. But today I saw a lot of people. But what was disturbing, what made me stay from afar and watch the whole scene, is that these activists and them, yes, everybody come together to say that, to unite, but everybody was one-sided for themselves. It was kind of basically really confusing at one point, because pushback for what? At one point in time, I saw that people was pushing back themselves on each other. People was being pushed into the buses. Some of the activists, it was kind of confusing. You really didn't know what was the pushback for. The news make it look like it was for vaccine, but it wasn't really for vaccine, because everyone who was there had a fair share what the government has been putting them through. Basically, I saw people in tears. People in tears that the fed up of the struggles. You know, the government affect people in a lot of ways. Like myself, I was there for like outside there being stranded and stuff. So support stranded nationals who was out there back then, who was being treated unfair. But it was amazing that there's only certain activists, these police and them really target. You know, the really people like Mr. Philip Alexander and them stuff. How come it is them really was in that bus who didn't get hold? David Wells was in his car when they dragged him out of this car and they placed him on the bus. But pushback for what, Amson? That's what I really trying to figure out what the pushback was for. Yes, it's a good progress stating, well, people fed up at what taking place in the country, but what it was really for, because I can have one activist stating, well, people's rights is being taken away, and next activist saying, well, no to vaccine, and next activist stating that Rowley must go for what? Everybody needs to come together, and if they're stating our protest in Trinidad and Tobago and that against certain things were taking place in the country, when that time comes for people to go out there and protest, they must be singing one song.
Common agenda.
Some group mustn't be in one corner singing our next song, the other group singing our next song, this one hiding behind a tree. And so when I was saying behind a tree, it wasn't for you.
No, I know. Hiding behind the tree.
But I'm so glad Tishisha came.
People is fed up. One point in time, I saw a woman fall on her knees and she was in tears. Like, where's my next move? How am I going to feed my children? It's nothing. I lost my job. And I feel hurt because it happened to me. You understand? Look, I have to tell my kids, that Santa in ICU, I have to tell my kids that Rudolph died from COVID. You understand? For them not to bother me to ask me for a gift. And it's not my kids alone. I have my grandchildren because my son died and left children behind. And I am taking care of them without a job. So I went out there to stand for country. You understand? Some people mean well, but yet still some people just in it for party, upcoming party. You understand? And it was confusing at one point. It was confusing. It was really, really confusing. It was good, yes, that to see that people naturally come out. It was amazing, but at one point in time, it was confusing. It was being like it was one-sided at one point in time. That's all I really have to say concerning the protest today. And probably on the 12th, as they say, that you understand, they will do certain things together. You know, and they will really come together. Yes, they come together by word of mouth and saying, well, this activists come together, the activists come together. But when there was there, everybody who had their own side and their own crowd of people doing their own thing and chanting a different song.
Takesha, is it?
Tell me what you want to say. Go ahead,
Takesha, is it correct to make an assessment that because of the division, the media was able to put their spin on it and make it what they wanted it to be?
Tommy, I agree with you 100% to make this look like on the media. Well, people fighting for vaccine, it wasn't about beside the vaccine, yes, that they don't want to make the vaccine mandatory, but it basically wasn't really about the vaccine. It was more what's taking place. It have crime going on. Beside crime is COVID. Beside COVID is poverty. No water, no this. Everybody come together, come with a plan. If all these so-called activists say, well, time to unite and everybody had to come forward under one flag, under one nation, you understand? Everybody's supposed to say, well, all right then. Each group bring out their own people, everybody's supposed to be chanting and singing the same song. All I was basically hearing is, Rowley must go, Rowley must go, Rowley must go for what? You understand? We must have to say, well, if all they don't want the prime minister in the country, yes, Rowley must go for me, because I had my own issues concerning with the government. But still, don't say Rowley must go. Say why he must go. You understand? And the media and them, the one-sided, the free government, the free dictatorship, them are not under needles, because they know that the protest wasn't about the vaccine alone, and they make it look like the protest was of the vaccine. That is to give the other half of the country people mad out here. Why they going to protest? COVID this and COVID that. You know how Trinidadians stuff. You understand? In these trying times, they will say, well, it's them go take a spike and then go take a spike, but people they wasn't basing on the real issues of what taking place in the country. You understand? I was for once there. I was there from being stranded. I lost my son due to crime. I'm facing struggle, poverty. I was being stranded outside there, come back home without my job. So long I stay outside there, I come back home, I had to start over. So I was one of them, stand up there, really want to know, well, what this protest was really about. Pushback, what? At a point in time when the police started to talk to people like dog, people was pushing back on each other.
Wow.
Well, Takesha, we're glad that you gave us an observation from on the ground, because I was asking the question that now that this pushback march is over, what's next? What was accomplished from this pushback march? Yes, it would have been a good thing for people to go out there and march, but you know, to me, when I saw what was happening from the beginning, I just knew that they had the wrong agenda. They had a good plan with the wrong agenda.
That's right, Anselm. It was, besides every time everything happened, you know, you will learn from your mistakes. This protest here was just the beginning, as Gary said. As Gary said, it's just the beginning. Probably next time they will know exactly what they're coming about, but they need to focus and come together. Just don't say by word of mouth. Mean it from their heart. Mean it from their heart. Don't say because this is the upcoming party coming out. You know, so I will bring out this side. And when I bring out this side here, I seen about myself. I help them myself. That what it was. Basically, what I saw is like everybody want to eat our food with something. Everybody had their own views.
But Takesha, you have to understand this was a multi-purpose
come together
march.
and unite for Trinidad and Tobago.
Was there any definitive leadership at all?
Vicky alone was hiding, eh? It wasn't Vicky alone was hiding. Vicky did her part as a woman. Probably the woman didn't have no money and no bail money, because I was there and I wasn't going in no bus. Believe it or not, because I have no money to bail myself out from in jail or whatever fine they want to place on me.
But Takesha,
you understand?
Takesha, you have not put yourself out there as an activist. You have not put yourself out in the front lines to defend people. And you have not put yourself out there to be, listen, I am a UNC activist and I'm going to defend people. When you decide you're going to be activists to defend people, you have to know that there are going to be consequences for your actions. And if you are not...
That is why I said last month when I was on the show live, I say the same things. So that you only say it from their mouth, but most of them doesn't say it from their hearts.
Correct.
You understand? They're only saying it from... There's an activist that want to live for country, but when time to come, they can't walk the walk.
Nope.
They can't walk the walk. It's not Vicky alone too. And here what's going on with this country, eh? It's not about Africans and Indians and PNM and UNC, whoever. Everybody need to come together. Everybody have a fair share what it is taking place. Look, the rush people to take this property tax, to follow the form by the 30th of November, as people will be fined at 5,000. After people rush now, all you come to tell people now, they extend it to the 1st of January. All you play with people's minds. All you play with people's minds. All you don't have them and all who in power, you don't have a clue what it is really taking place in this place. And so I so sick and fed up. Sometimes I will be on the chat and I will just lay low and then really kind of much the comments and thing. But don't feel that doesn't really, I don't miss the show. I don't miss it for nothing. You understand? But that side effects are not from vaccine, headache, fever. I depressed. Sometimes when I depress, I'd rather be on the show to get upliftment just for people like Ron, Nutscake, Lana, Rose, well, whoever I'm missing out, everybody who on the chat, curious, everybody, it's just like family. It's just like family right now, and we need to stick together if we want a better Trinidad and Tobago. And so, you see what's taking place in Tobago? The government saying that the country have no money, right? They don't have no relief. A lot of people get turned down from the salary relief grants and help and food card and whatever, right? But where the money? How come the money just come from hiding? You're singing tonight on the show. Vicky in the garden hiding. But them was hiding all the time with the money. Them was hiding with the money all the time. All of a sudden, so the money come out and it just sharing in Tobago. Things just happening in Tobago. Time for people to open the eye. This government had on people as eat our food and hush them out. They had on the lower class people as hungry mouth. You understand? They don't want the lower class people to elevate. You understand?
Bourgeois society.
They work today, work tomorrow, and they might get this fortnight, and as time come and they get what they want, they forget about everybody. They forget about all the lies and all the promises that they give to tell people that they will do to try to uplift them. You understand? Boy, I'm saying myself sick and fed up, Sometimes just talking about it, just so emotional now, because it's a sight to really see, It's a sight to really see that what sweet Trinidad and Tobago heading down. You understand? My heart went out yesterday seeing this child running. How had to experience, had to come live and experience this. This thing will haunt this child for the rest of her life. If my son was murdered and every day I just cry for my child, Farley said a little girl who experienced a murder yesterday, and they will only talk about it like for the whole week. And after the whole week, nobody's going and check up on this child.
Done.
Time to come.
Done. Talk done.
Yeah, Donna Cox jump up and say, oh, she's going to need counseling. I'm like, okay, now you know that. It's only she alone need counseling.
91.
It's so much for the brain. It's so much for the brain until what we could do is just come together and pray that the country does come back the way it will come back exactly how we want it, but we need to come together and pray and really mean that enough is enough with certain things and stand firm. Don't half step.
Yes, Keisha, because
come back better. We have to work together.
You understand? Don't come to waggle your tail. You understand? Don't come to waggle your tail, and when when you see the force coming at you, don't bow down your head. Stand firm.
Stand firm.
Stand firm and hold up your head.
Yes, Keisha. Yeah, Keisha, we must remember that prayer without works is death.
And Tommy, as you say that, to Keisha, let me tell the leaders the next thing. Only need to have an hour of prayer and reflection in all 41 constituencies at the same time. All you who wanting the pushback, all you want to push back, all you have a prayer and reflection in all 41 constituencies at the same time.
Yes, intercessory prayer.
Pushback, I against it. It's
forward.
We ain't going back.
Push forward.
Push forward.
Push forward.
No. Let me understanding this thing, man. You're pushing back against the government.
Gary,
forward.
Gary, no.
No, let me understand this thing, man. That was it. No. You had to push back against push back against Rowley and his government.
No, push forward.
Push forward what? You had to push the government back in order to push forward.
Diana, what do you say about words, Diana?
Language.
Language. What do you say about language, Diana Benskin?
Power of language, you know.
The power of language is important.
Well, how many gears you have? Can you have reverse and forward gear neutral?
Push forward.
You had to push the government back in order to push forward.
I'm not discrediting nobody, but hats off to the
push forward and push Rowley forward in the seat.
And really, really stand firm to the grounds. Hats off to them. Yes, but change up the word, push back, push forward. Forward a better Trinidad and Tobago. Push forward, not push back.
Yes, we're pushing forward for people who are starving. We're pushing forward for a better Trinidad and Tobago. We're pushing forward for economic development. We're pushing forward for economic inclusion. We're pushing forward for access to capital. We're pushing forward for all these things. What are we pushing back for? Pushing back. Push back. Me want to push back and I break my back. What pushing back for?
Well, you're pushing back against Rowley.
I see people pushing back and stumbling.
And that is part of the problem, Gary.
Pushing back today and stumbling. When they're pushing back and stumbling. You understand? Pushing back and stumbling. When you push forward, your 2 foot will stand firm on the ground.
Correct.
When you push back, your foot will be stumbling, going down.
Why you want to go back?
We're not going back. You're misunderstanding the terminology there. You're
language, Gary, language.
The government push you in a certain direction, and you're to push back is a military strategy too.
Gary, when you focus, make the focus be Dr. Rowley. You know what you do it?
The focus has to be he. He's the leader of the trouble.
He's the leading
problem, right? He's the oppressor. Why can't be he? Who encouraging this mess up, Tommy?
When you make him the target, you lose focus.
But what I'm saying to you, he's the primary target because he's the one that is leading the suppression and being totally heartless. He's the one. He's the one.
He could be the puppet. He could have a puppet master.
Nah, he ain't no puppet. He ain't no puppet. He damn wicked.
All right. Okay.
On him, it didn't solve any problem, you know. You understand? It didn't solve any problem. As people say in the chat, Rowley in Barbados having that time, however it is.
Rowley don't care.
Caviar and nice wine.
He don't care. He don't care.
Nice suit the
man just get back to the accent to work, boy.
Honestly, the nice suit you had on the other night. I bet that suit cost more than 10,000 US.
Don't talk for the conference. Really and truly, that Prime Minister was looking like he was on strings, eh? At one point in time, the guy had a side view on the conference. He looked like he had strings on his head. Like he had could not stand forward. It leaning to the side. You understand? Boy. And so I so sick and fed up, eh? I so sick and fed up what it is taking place in my sweet country. And I, for once, want to stand my grounds. I don't want to push back. I want to push forward. Because they say, looking back is sudden death and destruction, and pressing forward is eternal life.
Well, I think you're misunderstanding the terminology there, Takisha.
I don't need to push back to no sudden death because I have children and grandchildren depending on me.
But listen here. Pushback can also mean, right? And I'll use it in a sentence. The pushback from the upset parents pressured the teacher into relaxing her strict grading policy. So perhaps they're using it in that context. It can be used in several contexts. But for a movement that wants change, I don't think pushback is the word. They should use, forward or something
All right,
more,
Dan. But also, if you're fighting war, right?
Push for change.
Push for change. Push for change. Correct.
If you're fighting war, and you are pushed into a certain and you're losing territory, and and your troops are getting killed, and you've been pushed into a corner, the pushback could mean that. So this is the way I'm looking at it. So then you're pushing back and trying to reconquer the territories that you lost.
No.
Lost.
If you lose territory,
it has several meanings. It has several meanings.
Gary, when this thing first started, I said push forward.
Yeah, but they should change it. Push for change.
Well, I think you guys are misunderstanding it because
it's a word that can be used in different contexts, several contexts. I understand. I explain the context in which it's being used in this movement. They're trying to pressure into changing what's going on, right? So it can be used. It can mean several. Using several contexts.
Okay, Gary, in war, since you're talking war, when you're pushed back, you retreat.
We need to push for change. We need to push forward. You understand? Because if it was UNC or PDP or whoever it is was in power and things was like this happening in the country, everybody would have want change.
And watch the PDP push back the PNM over there. See, they know what's happening.
No, the PDP is advancing on the PNM.
We can't fight fire with fire, as Gary say, right? It's a war. It's come like it's a war we fighting, yes. But you can't fight fire with fire.
Why not?
Pull the blind down.
Why you can't fight fire with fire?
Gary, Mahatma Gandhi says an eye for an eye.
Mahatma Gandhi had no choice because he had a bunch of weak-hearted Indians with him.
Oh, Gary,
nobody wins in war. Nobody wins in war.
Well, let me tell you something. The only way these blasted people will respect me is if we kick their ass, all right?
Woo!
Well, okay? Gary?
You see the submissive way is what have a lot of people into slavery and being conquered and dominated. But let me tell you something. If some of these people know you're going to whip their ass, they'll mess with you.
No.
Gary, you're a warrior.
No.
Total warrior.
No. Listen to this. Kaylee Rampersad.
That's what Mahabia means anyway.
I told me, Indian have a different color.
No, but your last name is a warrior name anyway.
Damn straight. Damn straight.
Without fighting fire with fire.
I'm telling you right now, this humility and this humble way of things, all right, encourages oppression. Okay? You have to watch them with fire in your eyes. In school, when I used to fight, I only look at them, they'll back away. I didn't have to do nothing. They still look.
But that don't work. But that don't work now. That don't work now that you're grown.
Gary, then you should agree with the government policy of putting fear into the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
No, but we had
exile and stranded citizens was going to bring back COVID-19 into Trinidad and Tobago.
I'm telling you that this submissive way has our people ended up in slavery.
But the government was fighting. Government was fighting from a fair perspective.
This cowardness. You see, most of our people were farmers. They wasn't hunters, right? And we don't know. And fighting. You know what I'm saying to you? But the thing about it is, here I'm telling you, Ansem, I don't agree. There's a time it comes when you really have to fight. I'm sorry to say that who vex, but it's that time. This is the kind of way that gives the oppressor the advantage because he know he can get away with it and he won't kick his ass.
Yes, it's time for everybody to fight, yes. But fight for change. Fight for change, you understand?
The fighting has to be coordinated. It has to be coordinated.
Like government. You understand? Because the moment from the time you start to think, so you will end up thinking like them. You understand? We're fighting for change. We standing with grounds. We're fighting for change. We're fighting for time for all this dictatorship to done. You understand? We're fighting for a better Trinidad and Tobago. We're fighting to come out of poverty. You understand? We're fighting for better health care. We're fighting for a crime-free country. You understand? Come like, all right, as Gary's saying, we're supposed to watch them. We understand fire to fire, watch them with fire in the eyes. Come like if you see a gunman with a gun up in your face. You understand? You go watch a gunman. That ain't going to stop it from shooting you. You understand? So it comes just like that. You understand? It have means and ways of situation. Yes, people come out. I am proud of the people that take a stand today. But the whole idea about the protest, probably on the 12th, everybody's supposed to come together. And so here, what today was just a tryout thing.
Takesha, if I didn't fight them with fire in my eyes and pull out that 2x4, you wasn't going home.
People who didn't come out today and they see that the next time for the protest, they want to see something that makes to let them naturally come out of their home to stand up and say enough is enough. Enough is enough. And then need to put like people to talk to the media.
Leadership.
Out there. You understand what they're really fighting for, what the fight is about. You understand that to say like to have the media and them telling the people that them at Trinidad and Tobago is vaccine. Vax. That is madness. That how the media put it out today.
Anti-vax.
Put it out like, boy, is vaccine. Is vaccine people quarreling these people and them taking for they want to take the job and COVID killing people because you know how
exactly
is. It's not like people from America, people from the UK or Canada, everybody mindset different. You understand? We are not the same. You understand? And Trinidadians just only run with one thing and they just run with it. They run with it.
Well, Takesha, it's always a pleasure for us to have you. We really appreciate you, and we're glad that you could give us it straight, live and direct from on the ground there in Trinidad, and you was at the march. It's always a pleasure, and you keep it real all the time.
Thank you, Takesha. Thank you so much.
Be safe out there.
All right, thank you so much.
So I want to let Takesha know is the fire in my eyes and pulling out my 2x4 that got the government to get you home.
Gary.
Is this India with the 2x4?
let me say something. There was a focus in the whole stranded citizens initiative. There was a focus. If there was a focus on the so-called,
there seems to be a lack of coordination and the management of the whole thing.
And Tony, I'm glad you brought up that point. We were focused. We were laser focused. Focused. We were every night we come here. We were focused, laser focused. We wasn't deviating to go and talk about anything else. There was all kind of other thing going on in Trinidad and Tobago. Very rarely did we deviate from our focus.
Correct.
Right? And that is what got us on the map. That excellent stranded citizen activism that we took up on.
With full focus.
And people know, Gary, we coined the phrase excellent stranded citizen.
And here, not only that, here at WZYE, and Slim is a leader. He works as the leader of the pack. There's no question that he keeps things in line. Whatever is going to happen in Trinidad, as far as people trying to get a better Trinidad and Tobago, somebody has to take the leadership role up and take it seriously.
Those guys, I don't know how the planning went down, but there should have been some better collaboration. But I do want to congratulate the people on the turnout. There was an effort, and maybe and hopefully we see something similar in a more advanced stage.
But if it's similar with all over the people, everybody all over the place, it's going to be another waste of time.
What I'm saying is similar turnout, but in a more advanced management style, right?
So, Gary, Diana, and Anson, we're going to go for a quick station identification. Gary, think about this, right, Gary? We spoke with Andy Williams the other night, right? How come Andy Williams didn't say, well, boy, Diana, Gary, and Anson, we having this movement. Why don't we come together? We do it here in Trinidad. We could do something here in the United States of America. We could stream it. We could have something.
I mean, answer that's what I was telling you. Bring the man because I couldn't say much to the man there.
How come? I'm just asking.
Yeah, well, maybe he didn't think of that. Maybe his head was hot. I don't know. But what I'm saying, that is the direction I was heading in. I wanted us to merge in with them. And while the thing was going on there, we could probably do a breaking news.
I wasn't going to merge with them, Gary, the way they was carrying things out.
No, what I'm saying to you, we could do a breaking news coverage today, and that is what I was looking to get done.
Top of the hour answer.
Hold
Yeah,
on,
do the
let's
top
go
of the
for a
hour.
quick station identification. It's in the village
Call
with the
up,
DAG
Andy.
Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We're going to go for a quick station identification. Stick and stay, don't go nowhere. It's in the village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting.
So we are back with you. It's in the village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Of course, we have Kaylee Rampasad. I think Kaylee might be new in here. Kaylee, welcome. Kaylee says, and some, it shows bravery. It shows that this government needs to go. And you know what? Trinidadian have to stop with that. Every time a government comes in and a government is in power a year or 2 years, the next side saying the government had to go. The government had to go. The government had to go. Or they know fully well that the government going to 2025. We know that. When the UNC was in power, the government had to go. The other side coming, the government had to go. They're going up to 2015. They're not going nowhere.
But if the people are unhappy with the government, they have the right to say that answer. But I think you must understand that.
But Gary, we are misguided.
So why we can't force the government to
talk about the government have to go and you know they ain't going nowhere?
But listen, the government are going nowhere because the people won't come out. If you come out and force the government to resign, you could.
If the people come out and they don't call an election, where are you going?
March around the parliament and
you can march till the cows come out to roost. If they call an election, you can march every day.
Listen to me. That same way you talking is the same way they talk to me about fighting for Chinese citizens, right?
That's different, Gary. That's different.
No. They say, oh, big argument. They disagree with me. We should go in front of a consulate in New York and protest and this and that. I said, no, we're not doing that. I'm not causing anybody to get arrested in a foreign country, right? I said, we're keeping up the fight on social media, all right? And then the same man who make a big hoorah and he called Gary Griffith and this and that. The next day I can't find him when he want to prove his statement, right? He gonna do this and do that.
And you just said something very important. You kept up the fight on social media. We can use the same social media to unite the people, and especially in these times, because we know these are different times and we have different tools to work with. We can use the same social media to unite the people and get things organized. We can organize like Stokely Carmichael used to say. And this time we have better organizational tools like the social media, which it has proven to be stellar. We saw it with Obama, and we see it over and over. You could put up, people are spending a whole lot of money on broadcast media, and they're wasting it because social media is going a lot further than broadcast media.
But Tommy, that is why I try to encourage the people to come in the village to have the discussion, so that we forming this network, right? And we encouraging the discussion, and hopefully we can get them to understand what we're trying. That's why I just make answer call Andy Williams, call Aisha Wells, call this one, call Kingsley, to try and get an understanding of what, even though Aisha is on the other side of the party, at some point she have to come to the understanding of what this cause is. She have to come to the understanding of what this cause is.
So let me finish Kaylee's comment. Kaylee says, and some, it shows bravery, it shows that this government needs to go, and the people of all race come out together. It also shows that the people standing up and voicing their opinion.
Who's dialing?
I'm calling Andy. See if he go pick up. Haley on a roll tonight, babe.
Now, while Anderson making a call, so we have this machinery here now to bring the members of the diaspora together because we are so disconnected.
It's 10:03 there. Yeah, answering.
Unless he's still inside. Unless he's still contained.
Did he get arrested?
Well, according to Diana, they took them too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, they took him?
Yep.
Yeah. So he could be spending the night or...
But he was out because he was trying to source some JPs
Oh,
for
good.
elderly people who were detained and they had to get their medicines and whatever. I don't know what they want a JP
Call Victor
for.
Roberts.
He's on air.
Oh, he's on air. He's still on
Yeah,
air. Okay.
yeah, he told me he'd be on
Plus,
air.
Wall Street, this is just the beginning. They are going back out. And I mean, I think I don't have a problem with them going back out.
They need to organize. Just not just go haphazardly and willy-nilly.
Yeah. Hailey says the mistake they made were putting their focus on the police, but that is just one of many.
No, I don't understand who put in the focus on police. I don't understand what is that. The focus.
The people now.
Okay, so the police came and arresting the people, but that what I'm saying to you, that was part of what was taking place. That became an issue, right?
Hailey says, answer again. This is a people bringing awareness. Maybe Rowley don't know people are hungry and starving because he's a lost cause.
Oh God.
Maybe Rowley don't want to know or don't care to know. I mean, look how he handled that young lady that we had him call him.
Yeah.
Right?
You know what? Let me tell friends. Let me tell you all something. When I started talking about people hungry and starving, that people looking at me like, "You crazy? People ain't really starving here. People have money. People." Today, just this afternoon, I was talking to someone and telling them about people are under pressure. They look at and several people and they look at me like, "What the hell are you talking about? People have." I was told, this is a rich country. You know, this is a rich country. A lot of people have much more than you would think.
Can I ask a question, Tommy? What constituency were you in?
I'm in San Fernando.
I know, but when you were mentioning that concern,
I'm in San Fernando West.
San Fernando West.
No.
Okay. Okay.
Now, Diana, Tommy, and Gary. Well, you see, I hate when people prove me wrong, right? You know, I hate when people come in and they prove what I like people to say, you know what? I like people to question it and go deep inside of it. Here's Kaylee again. Kaylee says, Ansem looks like we will only protest for one thing: getting that damn building in his hometown repainted and renovated. What did I tell you earlier? What did I say earlier? Diana Benskin, Tommy, and Gary, what did I say earlier? Look, Haley just come and prove my point. Now, Haley is upset because this little boy from Chumaka Laventil trying to fight for them people who can't stand up for themselves to get a building repainted and renovated. That's all I'm interested in. Right? But I will think here, Kelly, that you are kind of new here, so I'm not going to get in your case. Right? It's we here who started fighting for exile and stranded citizens. They're the only protester. And some look like you only protest for one thing. But you see, Haley didn't know. Right? So Haley, that's just one thing I'll let you know. We here at WZYE 95.9 FM, we started the largest protest for exile and stranded citizens in Trinidad and Tobago. We here at WZYE 95.9 FM. So I know you might you are new here, so I'm not upset with you, but you know, you are absolutely correct. I am standing up for those people who nobody else don't stand up for. And I said, if I was prime minister, you know what I said? Only my mother said that, right? Look, Haley, come and prove my point. When Haley should be happy that people like me standing up for them people, right? All she can say, all I'm interested is getting that damn building in his hometown painted. Only see? Only think we have problems? Only think we have problems?
Stand up for something.
At least I thought Kelly would have said, boy, Ansem, you've been away for 44 years and you fighting for them people in that building, boy. You are real testicle 42, boy, Ansem, boy. We need more like you. If we was to get one like me in all them constituencies, all 41 constituencies, for something that needs to be done, you know how much pressure the government go get? One like me in all 41 constituencies fighting for something in their constituency. Eh? Go and push forward for something in your constituency. I could sit back and relax. I could sit back and be happy. What do you mean? I can relax myself.
All four of us at the show don't have to fight for nothing. We don't have to fight for nothing.
Spend 3 hours talking about all these things. We could sit back and relax and just relax ourselves, take it easy, go and spend time with your family and all kind of thing. Right? That is part of the problem in Trinidad and Tobago. When all you see people standing up, if all you stand with them for whatever small they're trying to achieve. Because, Kaylee, you see how you deal with little things? Is how you're going to deal with big things. Let me repeat that. Kaylee, you see how you deal with little things? Is how you are going to deal with big things. So think about this. You see how the government handling them people in Chumaka? Who does say that? Ellis?
Chumaka.
It's like how they're handling them in Chumaka, that little things is the same way how they're handling big things in Trinidad and Tobago today. That's why we have so much problems.
And while we're on that, I'll say something to continue. When I go on my lives, I try to educate and try to have people pontificate, and I try and raise the. Why am I getting noise?
What's that?
I try to raise the issues.
I don't. That got AC on your people here?
No, I don't know what's going on. I try to raise the issues, right?
Hold on, let me do something. Let me mute something. Hold on. Go ahead, Anna.
But I'm hearing it when you talk, right? I try to raise the issues, and try to educate people on, creating intergenerational wealth. Is this what you want 20, 30 years from now? You young people, you'll be in, the millennials, 20-year-olds will be, 50 years old and stuff. This is what you want. But you have hopefully children and grandchildren. You have to start thinking that way. When I do my lives, I'll get 20, 30 people. The other night I saw a certain individual, I call it no names, and all this person talked about was bacchanal and confusion with 2 homosexuals. And they had over 1,000 people listening to him. And I said to myself, now it showed up on my thing, and I was scrolling down in the, the videos in Facebook, and I came across it. And I was like, but what is he talking? I tried to listen to people, tune into people on the ground. And what he was talking about was some sneaker and I thought 1.2K people live actually listening. I said, yeah, no wonder Trinidad is like the way it is.
But Diana Benskin, you saw Diana Benskin. You saw Diana Benskin. Every once in a while, I put up on our page an encouragement of the day.
No wonder.
Right? An encouragement of the day. Those people who nice and need that encouragement, right? They look at it. But encouragement of the day don't get a lot of views from people.
Yep.
It doesn't.
Right. Nope.
Right? It doesn't. And that is what, to me, boy, at least when I go somewhere, I want to get a little brain food out of it. And Hailey says, beaten people that protest and block road and everybody that say they have no behavior. So why are they coming out to support pushback? Think about it. Think about it, Olia. Right?
Yeah.
So the beaten people not suffering under this government too.
But
this is something they should really.
But Gary,
this is
you see, Gary, you missed the point. You missed the point.
Huh?
You missed the point. You missed the point. Beaten people that protest and block road, and everybody that say they have no behavior.
Something. This thing. That's it. We're not saying about blocking roads. We're not encouraging people to block roads and
all right, go ahead.
We're not encouraging people to block roads and burn tires and inconvenience their own neighborhood and their own people when you do that. Who you think had to pass on them same road? And they run the
But
risk of that.
but Gary,
had
when some people do it, they say they don't have no behavior. But Tabakeet, lady from Tabakeet the other day, she didn't. How did you label her? Didn't she pick up a tire and throw too?
Yeah, well,
See,
that's
missed the
what she tell.
point.
She tell you why she
Gary,
jumping.
Gary, you missed that
She
point
told.
there. You missed that point.
What I'm
You
saying,
missed it.
I listen to what I'm saying to you. This was something that the beaten people should have joined into because they also are living under the same condition and maybe worse.
What were they going to push back for?
What do you mean? Pushing back for the oppression of the government not supplying your needs, the government oppressing you, preventing you from making a living. You can't go and sell your bacon shack and then your doubles and your snow cone and your nuts. Police coming to arrest you and take your goods and throw it away. Look what has happened to them from vendors around Port of Spain there. They don't even just move them. They take the goods. They take away the goods from the people.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Hey, highly on a rule tonight, boy. Beaten people have more sense when it comes to protesting than leaders of the pushback.
Well, then we call it the beaten people to lead because them is the better fighter.
You know them lead. Them know to do the thing. You see, when you come from them type of areas, you just understand what it is difficulty. You know, you understand what it is to have food on the table. You know, you understand when you see 5 and 6 roaches running in your house. You know,
oh Lord,
you understand when you just have flying roach in your latrine. You know,
oh God,
when you go in your latrine, there's flying roach. You know. I remember Gary Sober see me plenty time, you know. When I go in the latrine and I use Guardian with Gary Sobers in it. The much time Gary Sobers helped me really much in that latrine, you know. What? Gary Sobers, boy. Rohan Kanai, Clive Lloyd, all of them. My grandmother used to have a stack of newspapers there, boy.
But those used to be, some people have them put linoleum in them. Always had linoleum and it was painted pink.
Yeah, Diana.
So the march didn't concern the protests didn't concern the beaten people today.
No, I never said that.
No, I mean them not. That's what they're trying to tell us is that they didn't feel that this represent their issues.
Represent all the issues that the people suffering in Trinidad and Tobago.
So the misunderstanding of Takesha saying everybody do this one doing that, and this was a multi-purpose march. That's what everybody feel who don't understand this. This was is of people who are unhappy with the vaccine. If you're unhappy about your job situation, if you're unhappy about the government closing down your business, if you're unhappy with the mismanagement of the COVID, if you're unhappy with the mismanagement of the spending and lack of accountability, and the government spending billions and billions here, and they're telling you that, and you can't see where the money going.
But then you needed one platform, one orator, a person to stand up and voice the concerns, not small pockets all over the place. You needed a platform.
They didn't have a stage, and they didn't have that kind of organization today. It was just
you
everybody in the
need
savannah.
that next time.
Yeah, I mean, not like when they had the candlelight movement, they had a stage or at least a pickup truck with somebody climb up on the pickup truck and talking.
Yeah, so you need a stage with a powerful orator.
Yeah, so like I said, it was an effort. I look at it as an effort. And I mean, I am very impressed with the turnout. I want to congratulate those who went out there, and gathered around, and I want to encourage the people to stand up. I'm not encouraging you to loot, all right, and turn this into something else. Like how we just see some people capitalize on this. First thing they want to do is loot. But we're here to give a message to the government.
No, Trinidadians are that type of people.
I'm just saying, I don't want to see it turn out into it turns into something else that we don't want it to be, right? I mean, and I'm asking the government to listen to the people, to make some kind of bridge or connection with them, and say, I hear you, and let's, how we can move forward, in resolving the issues. I mean, the Prime Minister have to say, I hear you, my people. Let's work together. He can still stop this thing from getting out of hand. He still has
Gary, I ain't think none of them on that red side here ain't nothing because they all stuff with balances.
Listen to me.
They ain't hearing nothing.
I am offering the opportunity. Then telling the Prime Minister it is still a chance.
They're not listening. They
No,
don't
he don't want to
care.
listen. He don't want to listen.
All of them drunk on sorrel juice.
If it's stick to an some city police, you would have started jogging around the savannah, eh?
And he could run fast, you know.
I'm telling you, I want the running shoes, I want the nice little tights, and as soon as I see things start, I go on, boy. Jogging, boy.
Listen to me. I used to run, I used to skip rope, and I can't do that no more. So the only thing I have to do is to stand up and fight.
I will have a chair with a megaphone. I will be sitting with a megaphone. Whatever all they want me to say, I spit in it through the megaphone.
So we have to bring the government to a position where they're ready to have discussions.
But you know what Fishstick says? Fishstick says this government, hold on, this vaccine group spoil everything.
No, man. No. That was part of the deal. That was part of it. Everybody had the issue. Everybody was talking about the issue. You know, I mean, like I said, if they had organized, you know, to stand up on top of a truck or something and say something.
What I feel people were looking for, they were looking for licks to share, to see people get brutalized, and then they was
No.
And that's what I feel.
The police ain't hit nobody.
No. I don't think people was looking for that. No, I don't
police
think
ain't hit
people
nobody.
looking for that.
As far as we know, the police didn't hit nobody, right? And I saw this woman with this pregnant woman. She tell them she was pregnant and she stooped down.
She sit down, she squat down,
Yeah.
And two females,
they was gonna rough she up.
Balling at her and all that. I'm not going to ball at the woman for.
Yeah. So at least I didn't see no batter swing at nobody, and you know
But I heard on a live that they slammed David Welch into the back of her.
Yeah,
I'm hearing something about that. They say he was kicking him.
No. Vicky Lee corner hiding.
Oh God.
So until we hear from David and the rest of them, we will know.
So listen to this, right?
Randy Abdullah.
Only help me with this one. Randy, all you criticize. That's why all you're comfortable living in poverty and slavery mentality.
Huh?
And so I send you a picture there with Victor Roberts putting some things in.
Wait, go again. Who say that?
Ron DMC.
Ron DMC say what?
It's on the screen.
Let me go back to the screen because I'm doing something here. Show me where it is, what?
It's on the screen.
I'm not seeing it. That's why. That is why all you're comfortable living in poverty and slavery. Hello. Let me address you, sir. All right, since you want to say I living in poverty,
No, I don't think he was talking about you. I think he was talking about the people in Trinidad.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, I'm guessing.
No, and slavery mentality.
I'm guessing.
I don't have no slavery mentality. I never had it. I wouldn't last as a day as a slave.
Rowley said when Vicky see TTP she run. I hear Vicky still running there. No, listen to this. Right? No. Tony, Larry, and read that on the screen.
Where? This chat is a PNM go along. Yeah. Hey, Ron. I never vote in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't support any political party. How much times I could tell you that? Never vote in Trinidad. Hi, Nadia. Never vote in Trinidad and Tobago. I do not support any political party. Stop with your shit now.
Ron, this is the Chumaka UNC group, boy.
I never put my finger in no ink for nobody.
You seen only UNC people that's coming in this thing. This is the Chumaka UNC party group. and Ansem is the chief of it.
And here we go. PNM go along, get along chat. And we just have all kind of people in here. What madness you talking? Boy.
Anyway, people from Tobago, we are depending on you to send a message, and I hope to see that in a few days.
Don't worry, they go send a message. He go get it Western Union.
And anybody wants to give us any breaking news from Tobago, Ansem, call out the number there.
973-868-1444.
You go get it Western Union in Braille or all fashion.
Yeah, so any breaking news, call Ansem.
868-1444. Yep. You go get it all how. I want the 7th. They say they're going to digitalize things. It is easy to manipulate them things, huh?
Yeah, LSA, if the name was pushed forward, I'm sure she would have found a fault with that name too. LSA a little good at that. Oh, I go find a fault with that name. But we started that from the beginning. Didn't we talk about that the first time we heard about him?
Mm-hmm.
And Diana's the wordsmith in this group there.
They need to be, well.
Wall Street work is to derail anything against the PNM.
What? Okay, but we post out a number there and we don't hear nobody calling it.
No, Gary, my work was to derail.
It's 10:25 in Trinidad.
No. I say no for the whole show. We posted a number there earlier and nobody calling in except for a few people. So they can't say we didn't offer them that opportunity for their voice to be heard.
But Gary, my work is to derail anything against the PNL. How come I didn't derail exile and stranded citizen?
Well,
I understand that.
Derail means. Oh, okay, good.
I understand that. Did I miss something, Diana Benskin?
Anything against the PNM?
Yeah. Anything against the PNM? Exile and stranded citizen was against the PNM. Did I derail that? Or I was part of that?
You derailed it.
Or I mashed it up, right? Just like all them fellas mash up the march, right?
So when they have the carnival, right, next year, right, carnival 2022, we put in out a band.
I ain't going nowhere. Dancing with nobody.
Rose, you went push back too, girl? Rose went push back too?
She going to Tobago before the 6th. The sea is so rough these days.
Who's that?
Rose.
Huh?
Rose, I find you in Tobago very regular, you have a little side thing over there. She said no.
Rose going to Tobago? No, she going for the election. I had to clean up my phone, boy. My phone full.
And some post that picture now I said,
no, my phone full, boy.
You can't do anything.
Okay.
I couldn't download anything today on my phone. My phone full. I had to go and delete plenty things from inside
Good thing no cheap. Cheap thing no good. Ron was running from the police. Running from the police. Oh, Lord.
Flash Wall Street, the PNM have to go before 2025.
Tommy, Rose wants to take you to Tobago with her. Tommy sleeping. When you're looking for him, he's sleeping. Getting old and cold and boring. Now you still want to take him to Tobago?
Listen, I'm going with her. No question.
Yep.
I got it. I'm in on it.
I go in Tobago by myself. I ain't taking no sand to the beach.
I ain't going nowhere. I'm staying right where I is.
Listen to this. This is true, eh? The beaten people have nothing to gain with the pushback because both PNM and the UNC failed them.
La. Very good point.
I wouldn't say so at all.
No, it's a good point.
No, the
Very good
beaten
point.
people didn't work with UNC for their own benefit.
So
So
Flash.
they didn't gain anything.
They ain't gain nothing. Flash.
No, they was encouraged to give UNC a hard time, not to work with UNC. They didn't work with UNC. So let them tell the truth, man. Come on, get real.
So Flash says, Wall Street, you should be living here again. Then you will know what the people is going through. No work, no food, no beach, just pure dictatorship. So you don't understand.
Oops. Oh, we got an actual Flash in the group.
Yeah.
You man take your name, boy. I thought you was the only Flash.
Oh, yeah. Hey, wait. That's true, no?
Somebody take your name. Somebody take your name.
They ban racing on the track or what for that name?
Nah, Flash. You got come in here with Flash. But change your name to Lash then. Just drop the F. Call yourself the Lash. You had to drop that F. The Lash. That's why I calling you.
That man had to run race against you to get that name, boy. He had to run on the track. He can't get that name for free.
Said PNM government will never listen to anyone who is not with them. And their strength is with the woman arm of the party.
True.
Yeah.
The woman
strength is with the woman arm of the party.
That is why I appeal to women in my group, in my lives. You all have the power to run things in your country. Now you understand when I say things, I know what I'm saying.
Yeah, and the women are in the party encouraging the suffering of other women.
You women that not affiliated or don't like what's going on. You hear Beyonce sing a song, we run thing. Who rule the world? Girls, we run thing.
Dada, we do a fish stick pop on the we do a fish stick pop. I want to read it because
I see Albert Montana.
No, fish stick. You see it on the screen?
Oh no. Oh no, Ron, don't pay them no mind, right? I on your side tonight.
Fish stick, you're wicked, but you're wicked. You're wicked. Nah, you're wicked.
Oh Lord.
Nadia says she ain't going nowhere, boy. Nadia, welcome, you ain't going nowhere. Nadia say, I'm not going nowhere. Too much COVID out there and Christmas coming up. Too much people out there. I go home.
Stand up in your yard and protest. You don't have to go nowhere.
Yeah, you don't have to go nowhere. Yeah. Race that.
Like all you listening what I say now, what? Stand up in the front yard. You don't have to go in protest, Spain.
Yeah, women run the world for truth. Yeah. You're absolutely right. I say if all women were in charge of all countries in the world, we wouldn't have all this nonsense going on. You have to deal with men and their egos.
But you see how everybody was eating under the woman prime minister?
Who got the bigger cojones and they're stuck in their ways and you can't get them out of their ways and they don't want to negotiate and you don't want to barter and I'm tired of them. And the women need to run the world and foul a little bit and fix things because they will rule from a maternal perspective and children will be okay and the men will be okay because it's a maternal perspective. But the men, they ruling from an ego. I'm the bigger cojones. Idiots.
Oh Lord, Diana, take it easy.
That's why the world is all messed up.
But do you see all the children was eating under the woman prime minister and they're getting food and laptop and everything else to go with it? Child milk and what does prime minister come and do? Take away the people child milk too. They had to go beg and thief.
Women and men both need each other to run the world. No, they don't.
Because they have no choice.
No, they don't.
Because they want to, but some people thieving because they have no choice.
No, they don't need that. Let me tell you something. If you in a household and you know you ever hear happy wife, happy life? You Mr. Ray Stelt. Okay.
Oh boy.
Don't go there. Don't go there. If you in a house with a woman and that woman ain't happy, the whole tone of the house offset. Okay?
So when them fellas have more than one woman, they don't care about that one.
Watch yourself.
So when them fellas getting a woman pregnant here and a pregnant there and leave them to fend for themselves. Right. So it depends on who you're talking to. If you're talking to a man staying with your wife is different. But when you're talking to a man who getting a woman pregnant here and there and everywhere, like McDonald had a farm, that
So
depends on who you're talking
here's
to.
a breaking news report in the USA today. Headline says, U.S. travelers should avoid Trinidad and Tobago regardless of vaccination status, CDC warns. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is advises against travels to Poland, Trinidad and Tobago, Niger, Papua New Guinea, and Papua New Guinea regardless of vaccination status. The 4 destinations were moved to the CDC's level 4 COVID-19 advisory list, which includes destinations the agency believes should be avoided by U.S. travelers. Travelers who must travel to these destinations should be fully vaccinated, the CDC says. The shift comes as the world grapples with the latest COVID-19 variant, Omicron, which was announced as a variant concern on Friday. None of the countries the CDC moved to level 4 have reported cases of the new variant within their boundaries as of Tuesday.
So why the most dangerous variant coming out of Africa? Why did they come out from China?
And I want to thank Marcia Braveboy for sending me that. So we are number 1 in the world.
Well, you was number 1 in the world when COVID was first came up for managing it. So you're still holding on to
number 1.
You're going back. You still hold on to that number 1 status.
Back to number 1 status, huh?
Number 1 hero, number 1 0.
Number 1, yeah, number 1.
Yeah.
Right?
But I remember though, when this thing first started, I had a friend in Canada, and I saw this article and it said places to run to go to in case of a pandemic. The pandemic's worse, and Trinidad and Tobago was one of the places. And she said, "No, Diana, no, don't go there. You'll feel sorry." And I said, "Why?" She said, "All right, let's let it play out." And I see it playing out. And I had to call her and I defended Trinidad and Tobago. I said, "No, we going." She said, "No, you will see what I'm telling you." And I see it playing out, exactly what she told me. And there's a 4th wave coming, eh? Okay.
So what, like I said, what kind of variant going to come out of Trinidad and Tobago when they get mixed with doubles, roti, bacon, shark, curry goat, stew fish, and all them different kind of things?
Well, they reach O in the Greek alphabet. They go have to go to the Hindi alphabet next. And they go run through the Hindi alphabet. Then they go find the Muslim alphabet. Then when they done with the Muslim alphabet, that what Philip Alexander said. He said you're gonna get the 19th variant and the 26th strain, and it's still gonna be going on and on and on. Because apparently this thing mutating is a virus. It's gonna mutate and mutate and mutate and spread and spread. But some people ain't want to take the vaccine.
Yeah.
Some people don't. You have to practice that that stringent hygiene protocols. Yeah.
So we also getting a 40 million floating hotel boost for Carnival 2023.
A floating hotel. Very good.
Floating hotel boost. There may still be question marks over Carnival 2022, but one Caribbean entrepreneur, 7-year dream is see Carnival 2023 yet become the biggest in our history. On July 19, Island Seafest officially announced a partnership with Royal Caribbean International for an 11-night cruise during the Carnival season. For 5 of those nights, the boats will be docked in Port of Spain from Carnival Thursday to Carnival Tuesday, allowing the passengers to indulge in the pinnacle of the Carnival season before they depart to resume their cruise of the Caribbean. The collaboration is...
Come and spread the disease and go back.
Wait. You see, you sounding like that Trinis now. Wait. So... what is the criteria to be on this Carnival boat?
I mean, people will pick up the cruise from other countries.
You have to be vaccinated, right?
Well, it's 2023, so you might have to have the vaccine 1 and 2 booster, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
So you're getting off this boat and coming and you're going and mingling with people you don't know if they're vaccinated or not.
2023 though.
Yeah, pass in Trinidad and take a wine and go back.
To get on the boat, you gotta have the 2 shots, you gotta have booster 1, booster 2, booster 3,
Okay, but
booster 4, booster
why am I taking booster 5 to get off and go and mingle with people I don't know the vaccine status? That make any kind of sense?
Because you're going to be in a safe zone. It's only vaccinated people.
They go lock down Port of Spain.
So wait. So Port of Spain will have a safe zone carnival and everywhere else is going to be unsafe. So
Right,
wait a minute. So I'm living in an unsafe area. You had to pass through the unsafe area to go into to get to my home, and I might have to pass through a safe area. Hello, what's going on there? Anyway, I'm passing through an unsafe area. I'm coming from an unvaccinated, unsafe zone, and I have to pass through a safe zone to get to my home, and I sneeze.
Okay.
Them in this unsafe zone, safe zone, they just don't make no sense at all to me.
But Diana, I have to be honest with you. You see that idea there, right? I remember about 5 years ago, right? We were sort of experimenting to see if we could do that idea there. That's a great idea. It's a fantastic idea.
What, you mean the floating boat?
Yeah, because think about it this way, right? When them come, them don't go and pay no money for no hotel, and I'm sure they're gonna have some parties on that boat. You understand? So you basically don't have to pay for no party. They might just hire 5 of them entertainers, and they come on the boat and they have your own party on the boat. Because some of them.
Rose, how could you say that? You can't be saying keep them people out of here if they care. They wanted you to stay out too.
Who said that?
Come on, Rose, keep them people out of here if they care about us. Rose, I'm shocked.
No.
They better pray it don't rain for carnival because everybody washing out. You see, but if it rain in February, they gonna have mass in May. Oh God!
Listen, with I all in all, I thought today was a step in the right direction, right? With respect to what we're trying to accomplish in Trinidad and Tobago. I think it has to be. This full of them Ellis, but
why you don't talk about the floating church? Oh yeah.
Ellis just come real good sometimes. Ellis, that's a good one, but I like that one.
A floating church and repent.
Well, see, why didn't you talk about a floating church and repent? We need praying souls. But you see, I just talked about what a day of what did I call it again? Diana, what did I call it? Pray and reflect. Pray and reflect on all 41 constituencies. At that time, Alice, everybody could repent, right, and pray. Then that we could have praying souls. We could have another praying mantis. You know, in all 41 constituencies. You understand? And let's go a good one. So folks, let me see who put in closing comments in the chat. Diana, pick Trina.
Me?
Pick Trina.
Rose. Then she's there. Wallerfield. And Fish.
Now Fish put comments the other day, didn't he?
Rose, Wallerfield.
A call. Yeah, so.
Huh?
I said I'm gonna have to say good night because I gotta take a call here. Some emergency.
No.
All right.
Yeah,
Rose Wallerfield and Ray Stout. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. That's it.
Nadia say no carnival for me. Vaccinated. You guys, so you still have to wear mask, social distance. My whole family took the vaccine, but not me, and I'm scared.
Oh dear.
So Nadia, you ain't taking the vaccine then? Huh? I mean, look. Now you already get the booster, right?
Yep.
Tommy, you get the booster yet?
Not just when I come, I will, but I vax.
Okay. All right. In the closing words of Theodore Roosevelt, I like this quote very much, and I tend to repeat this quote quite often. Or, Eli, I ain't got to look at it yet. I go look at it. Patriotism means to stand by the country. It does not mean to stand by the president or any other public official, save exactly to the degree in which he himself stands by country. It is patriotic to support him insofar as he efficiently serves the country. It is unpatriotic not to oppose him to the exact extent that by inefficiency or otherwise he failed in his duty to stand by the country. In either event, it is unpatriotic not to tell the truth, whether about the president, prime minister, or anyone else. Theodore Roosevelt. From where I said this is it. The clock on the wall, so that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. See you. Same WZYE time, same WZYE channel. Right there now.
Okay. I'm going to address the march today, or the protests. Real opportunity is emerging to challenge political power in Trinidad and Tobago, starting with Tobago. Democracy is defined as a form of government in which the supreme power is vested in the people and exercised directly by them or their elected agents under a free electoral system. That means that ultimately the power lies with the people. You have the right to exercise that voice in order to create change. This change manifests itself most powerfully when multiple voices come together in opposition to something in the form of protests or marches. As humans, we're pretty adverse to change. It can be scary to stand up for something you believe in. For as many people that have stood up to call for change, there are twice as many people telling them to sit down. But without change, you will never grow. In Trinidad and Tobago in 1970, Black Power revolt saw the mass movement reach a peak not attained since the 1930s, when the army mutinied under the leadership of young radical officers and the government was almost toppled. Protests throughout history are well documented. The storming of the Bastille, 1789, abolishment movement, 1830 to 1865, the Gandhi Salt March, the Women's Suffrage, 1913, the Boston Tea Party, March on Washington in 1963 for jobs and freedom. Today's protest in Trinidad and Tobago was well documented as protesting about poor roads, unreliable water supply, farming issues, protests over funds owed by government, resistant to the perceived vaccine mandate. Ultimately, Trinidad and Tobago's today's social activists need to return to the roots in the mass movements of the 30s, transform themselves into unified social movements by a renewed commitment to political education and direct that action that will trigger change and reform, taking the Twin Republic forward. This is Diana Benskin, your global ambassador and poet, bidding you auf Wiedersehen until we meet again. Good night, beloved people. Stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tommy.
Yes, my first is Dickens. No one is useless in this world who lightens the burden of it for anyone else. That's from our mutual friend. My next is from Mother Teresa. It is not how much we give, but how much love we put into giving. A pleasant good night to each and every one. It's been a pleasure being here in the village. Looking forward to being with you on the next edition.
Rose says, it is always a pleasure being on this program, exchanging ideas and educating people and sharing information. Ray Stelt says, always be yourself, because when you lose yourself, you lose. Good night, people. Rain, great people. Rain falling from here. And who was the next person? Wallerfield. You see what Wallerfield put it? I don't see him.
No, I don't see him neither.
Mm-mm.
You put it? No, he put it in.
No.
I didn't see him.
No.
Wallerfield, where's your closing comment? Man, I ought to come and pelt some nuts at you, you know.
Hey, I didn't see your partner Richard Ramroop tonight, you know.
Yeah, he must be busy planting fig trees to buy my plane fare.
He busy picking Sikia fig.
Yeah. Ellis Laborde, his closing comment. This program teaches me a lot about PNM foot soldier. Wallerfield go on to patch nuts. Fish stick not easy, you know. We gotta invite fish stick on the program. I want to see who fish stick is.
I was trying to stick it to. And Mauricio, Wallerfield went to my watcher.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's a real kid sausage. Yeah, you know.
Well, if he went to mind his 4 children, well, if you have 2 ready-made children, oh Lord, he going to patch nuts.
Oh God. I think somebody else did that.
Since no, fish stick already put some fish. Give me something since you're here. Let him go again. Cause he big and brave and bold. Give me something good. Give me a banging closing comment.
You think he could?
And if you don't give me a banging closing, I'm gonna bite off your head.
Wait. Anna?
The fish head.
Them kind of comments you just make me worried, you know.
The fish head.
Well,
the fish don't have a head.
I just wanted to make sure
your mind in the gutter. Your mind in the gutter.
No, that's
your
not
mind in the, your mind in them. Your mind in them drain that Heinz don't build up in Chumaka.
Oh
God. Well, yes. That is it.
I ain't seen none. You see, even Ellis say, you dirty mind fella.
He'll put a closing comment.
Mm-hmm.
Say a prayer for the little daughter who was traumatized. Yes.
He put a closing comment?
Yes. Yeah. He said, say a prayer for the little girl who was traumatized. Rose, I'm going to call your husband and tell him how you hitting on Tommy.
Hey, it's all right with me, Rose. Pleasant good night to you, Rose.
It's one family. So we will go out tonight with misconceptions. We have a lot of misconceptions of Trinidadians, right?
Good night.
Misconceptions. Come on, man. Here we go.
Yeah, Umba. Now that this our Demonstrate is going live the world over, I'm using this opportunity to erase some false images of me. So all you people listening out there in London, France, Boston, Canada, there are many misconceptions out here. All you hear, interfere. We are not Trinidad and Tobago, brother. We are not a part of Jamaica. Though we sing reggae, that's not our culture. It's mankind so here. Do you hear? So when you hear Belafonte and Mr. Poindexter, that is not kind so, that is brandy mixed with water. And you don't think that mighty sparrow is the only king of Kaiso. There's also Kitchener, the grand master of Kaiso. Tonight is 11 singers in this ring, but we are not the only ones who could sing. Cause MCC leave out Black Stalin and Bertalin. Oh yes, so it's time to know the nice things about Trinidad. Alright. Yeah. Don't worry with all them secretary posing in Canada as refugee. That's a misconception they're fooling you with. So as to get citizenship and all them criminals up in Brooklyn. It's not Trinidadians doing the killing. We don't fight, we don't fuss, and when we cuss, we just say all. That's all. We go New York to shop, not to stay. We are not patient, we don't run away. This is not Russia, where men die like mice. This is paradise. And we not like England, female speaker here with some clout. Our female speaker does hold big men and kick them out. And when you see we police marching, don't feel they against Prime Minister Manning. But illegal. Yeah. Oh, la. Misconception. Calypsonian mighty arrow is he started soca. Oh no, that honor belongs to Rashtrati, a resident of this country. And when you hear Pan on Sesame Street, it's not good and early who beat and sweet. That's the valley is the creation of our land, not Japan. We are the only country in the world, I say. Government ministers just raise their pay, and as Spanish soldiers launch their attack, they just put it back. And Americans say, Arsenio Hall is the best comedian. But I say, we can't touch the shoes of our one or these Joe and Along. You see on our TV, a man with his neck under a lady. He's not a starting sheep, he just dancing the donkey. On the road, Clinton goes jogging, Cabot locking down, we started again. So my Prime Minister uses a $2 million chip. So it's time to know, writings about tomorrow. Listen to the gospel. They say, this paperwork, this conception is still joke. But when he joins the New York mob, he's the first man up on the job. And Derek Walton will write it down. It's true he was born in St. Lucia, but it's right here he learned to write his poetry, and he sure